Did yous miss me? Good. Means I'm getting to you. Welcome back to Lounge video. Z. Plural. You're lucky I didn't put a Z at the end there to try to be hip and cool. Hiya, Troy. We're gonna be just looking at some random stuff today. We're gonna go where the flow is. Much like an overactive bladder or broken chair. Wow. Never. Better. Much better. We are tonight joined by no one, but on Thursday we now have a guest in the form of Red Eye. Yay. Speaking of, this is the last time I'm going to bring it up. I was meant to be on Pedantic Pedestrians last night, but John Morgan in his infinite wisdom did not know how time zones worked. I wasn't going to start streaming at 4 AM. I've done it on this show before because my sleep was fucked up. My sleep is not fucked up as of late, and I'd like to keep it that way for as long as possible. So I politely declined. It's been crazy seeing Trubisky hanging out with Ben though. One day that'll be me! Probably with Trubisky first. Actually, maybe not. Probably harder to get to him than it is to Ben. Seattle's so expensive. Anyway. That's me assuming he even wants to hang out with me. Either one of them. Well, Shabby would probably be down for it. So, let's do the beauty of the world, which is known as shilling. At any point during the night, if you are so inclined, do like the stream, share the stream, and even subscribe to the channel. We've been getting numbers up. We're halfway to getting half of 100. We're a quarter of the way there. Holy shit. I mean, we got more than that, but towards our next goal of 400. Can we get 75 people this year? Ooh, maybe. I have to be consistent, and I have to produce content. Anyway. Besides that, Twitch is also a thing you'll find down there. That's where I game. Twitter, where I steal stuff and look at stuff. Discord, where I range from being constantly active to not active at all. And of course we have a stream goal. Anything given greatly appreciated. Not required, but it's there. And of course, if anyone guesses the number between 30 and 75 in the form of a donation, the beard goes. We have until Paddy's Day, and then if not, the beard goes anyway. Will you be the one to unlock the mystery of the beard? In multiples of 5. So 35, 40, 45, 50. Bucks. That money will be very useful when it comes to London. I should actually change it just to have London, because I'm not touching this money for Paddy's Day. Got money for Paddy's Day. And speaking of, we have a 3-part special for Paddy's Day. 3 shows back to back over the course of 3 days. Magicus is going to be there for the first one, and I'm waiting for Elf King and Egghead to join us. So we'll see. And then of course the week after is London. So yay. If you're wondering, we're listening to lo-fi hip-hop beats 24/7 radio. For a change, instead of jazz. I want to vibe for a little bit. How you guys do? Ooh. Unexpected. How you guys doing? Doing good? I just saw Megan. Highly recommended. It knew exactly what it was. Oh, I can't say it's perfect. It kind of drags on at the end a little bit, and some decisions people make are fucking stupid. But it's good. I'm under the influence. Well, that's good. It's good that you've got a guiding hand in the form of drugs. Getting some around me. Everyone's getting high and drunk but me. I can't do it this week. Next week, however. I mean, I could do it on Wednesday, but I need to put some money aside for London. So. Plus, some bills came in. I'm glad that they're there. I just wish they'd come in after I came back from the UK. But we'll get that sorted. Yeah. Oh, and this Wednesday, while we're not going to be... so what this week's timetable is going to be this, right? We got this today. Then on Tuesday, I'm going to upload the Mickey Richards video. It's going to be a bit shorter than I expected. I got half a gallon, so I'll drink for you. Oh, it's been so long since I had a gallon of it and that wasn't tea or coffee. Well, I appreciate it. Then on Wednesday is... Wednesday's theme episode is fashion. So, if you can think of any crazy-ass fashions that you want to see us look at, whether it be stuff from your childhood, stuff from a movie, stuff from a music video, stuff from the catwalk, terrible ideas, cool ideas, what the fuck ideas, ugly, fancy, whatever floats your boat, we'll have a look at it. Then on Thursday, Red Eye will be joining us. Then it's going to be Twitch on Friday, Assassin's Creed 2. Saturday, Age of Empires 2. And then Sunday, Fallout 4. Wop, 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 wop. Also, at any point during the night you think there'd be something fun for us to watch, post it in the Discord. And if someone can tell Drunken Crow he's welcome back on the Discord. I just didn't get the all clear sign that he had virused himself. Poor guy was hacked, but he's welcome back. Now, let's see what our first thing of the day is going to be. I've got a good collection of stuff here, but I don't want to overlap too much with stuff I might take for the show on Thursday. Want to keep that, want to keep that. Well, let's start off with a good old-fashioned Dagoth shall we?
I have prepared.
This is Dagoth reviews Fallout New Vegas, The Frontier.
Speech for you. I have recently spent a few hours playing Fallout the Frontier after I realized that the standalone drivable vehicles are probably never coming, and everyone who...
Yeah. They did talk about having a separate one. You can mod them in, but it's easier if you download the full mod and have to put up with the jank. I mean, Fallout 4 is New Vegas is already incredibly janky, even without any mods. And then the anti-stutter and anti-crash mod makes it worse. But the cars, when they work, it's brilliant. But it's not worth it to download the Frontier over.
Who wants a tolerable driving experience in the game has to download a mod that was originally filled with degeneracy. I know I am a god, but come on. You expect players to want to have sexual intercourse with fucking lizards? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. No recall or intervention can help your reputation in this place. Every time I wanted to wait in place, some Enwa named
You think with the new owners of YouTube, they won't censor me so much? I'm going to be honest with you, man. If they take that sort of interest, it'll probably be even worse. Apparently the guy who took over was a crypto bro.
Private John appeared Malcolm Holmes style to ruin my day. Hey, can I talk to you for a second about something? You see, I have been stalking you unnecessarily for a reason I cannot ascertain, and I have deemed you to be acceptable in joining some random battle in a random place where everyone will repeatedly call you courier and suck your dick.
Well, yeah, but that's the premise of a video game. Like, it's stupid, but it... How else would have you started it? You know, like... There's so many leaps of logic that it doesn't make that much of a difference.
And when I raise my hand to destroy him, I realize that the developers have granted him immortality. This is what I was talking about when I mentioned overthrowing the false gods many ages ago.
Just go in and turn off his essentialness.
Do you know what's worse, though? You can't join the Enclave despite them making many references to them.
Yep.
They claim that the reason they didn't allow this is because the Enclave are fascists. I just say they are based, and you can tell that they would support the Sixth House in all our endeavors.
They probably would, but that's because they're a bunch of ethno-nationalist neo-Nazis. So that's not an endorsement there, Dagoff.
They called the Enclave a power fantasy, yet their NCR Outcast faction has the biggest military base in any Fallout game that is stocked with hundreds of vertibirds, thousands of soldiers, and about 500,000 Sherman tanks for some reason.
And a flying fucking aircraft carrier.
Also, what's up with the gameplay? Who played Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas and decided, you know what? This needs more Call of Duty aspects than an actual Call of Duty game. Remember, kids, it's not plagiarism if the amount of ideas you stole is so large that no single company can sue you.
He says it here, and it's still 100% true. There's a lot of talent in what they did in the Frontier, and real passion. But my fucking Christ, you can tell it's like 8 or 9 different people all had their own vision of what it was going to be, ranging for a tongue-in-cheek sort of dating sim to a born-again Christian, like the Christian mod for Morrowind or Oblivion. And yes, those do exist. To, hey, I love modern warfare. Fallout 4 is full of these gun-focused motherfuckers who want to make you look like a character from Battlefield. It's like, okay, but that's not why I played it. I like my characters to look somewhat realistic, but then have like a gun the size of their torso. Why not? I'm a big fan of 40k.
The real tragedy is that there were clearly some really skilled people with ambition working on this mess of a game.
Yep.
Case in point, the amazing vehicle system, which is a technical masterpiece given that the engine that New Vegas uses is the same as the engine you first saw me on. Just a shame that you can't drive vehicles without this horrifying bloatware that makes even the vanilla game run 3 times worse than normal. Conflicts with many other mods you might have installed, and reminds you that this mod was actually in development for longer than New Vegas was.
And cost about half the cost of a proper budgeted game. Because they hired a lot of random people to do a lot of things, one of which ran away with the money. Oh, Frontier, you were a beautiful mess.
Now don't mind me, I'm off to drive my highwayman.
Hell yeah. So that's not a highwayman, that's a dune buggy. What? What? Hell yeah. Look at
Welcome
this.
to Jacobstown.
Oh. I'd stream it, but it would crash every 5 minutes. Does anyone here remember when I streamed the entirety of the New California mod? Those were dark days. Anyway, how about some body horror? What are you? You look like the Mask. Actually, you look like Loki. You look like... She looks like Loki from The Mask 2. Son of the Mask. Where he was like evil. Or the main bad guy from the first one when he put the mask on. lady. There's actually a woman who looks very similar to her who's now come out and stated that she hates the way she looks and she realizes that she's not well. Good. A little late for that now. There is a nice balance between the two. That's creepy. And you know, I can't even tell what her expression is meant to be. Like, do you think she can even express herself anymore? Like her face? I don't think she can. Let me see. Ah. I know what we can watch. At least I thought we did, and then it's not on it. Great, I've got to go to YouTube now. I've got to type in things myself. No! Well. Oh, okay. Here we are. I didn't have to type anything, it was already there. Daily Dose.
This fast food place.
Data
Hello
Deuce.
everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. This fast food place just closed down for the night, but this woman wouldn't take no for an answer.
Oh, damn.
Is the manager on duty?
She asked the manager how to make the food so she can make it herself. She eventually left the restaurant without any food.
Why were they so shocked? I've seen so much worse happening at a McDonald's drive-thru. He's also completely smashed. Doggo! I need to see that again.
Without any food.
Wop 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 wop!
A police officer arrested this guy for driving under the influence.
Okay, but he has a Godzilla t-shirt on, so that means he's immediately cool.
What does that mean? It means you were higher than twice the legal limit. Twice the legal minute?
Whoa!
One of my subscribers recorded this video of the rubber falling off the wheel of someone's car. The driver was fine and simply pulled over.
Oh, damn!
If you don't pay your car payments, the repo man will find you and come take it away at any time.
Yep. Oh god, look! She's like, nope, 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 nope. Beep, beep, beep. Where the hell do you think you're going, motherfucker? Very smart to pull it out of the, When I was a kid, first time I went to America, I went to a mall and I had a Game Boy with me. And I was so focused on the game, I walked right face first into the metal detector in between it. Like, rather than walking past it, I walked right into it and I just went boom. I still remember the echo from it. I was in Florida.
So many people don't know this, but this is why it's called a ballpoint pen.
Yeah, it's got a ball on it. You can see it if you look real closely. Sound effects aren't necessary, thank you very much. Bag. Cat.
This child thought his dad was at the door.
Hi, butt cheek. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's a delivery driver. Oh! Well, unless your parcel gone in, if you're going to be rude to the delivery driver.
Oh, he was dead!
What the hell?
I've seen dogs do this.
If you draw a line in the dirt, a chicken will become hypnotized and will not move.
Yep. It's actually a great way of cutting their heads off if you ever plan to cook them up.
Scott, destroy them.
You get her back, so... Pop, whoop, woo!
This kid couldn't understand why she was at her mother's grave.
How could we talk to her if it's dead. Silly boy.
You can go get back in the car.
They always say that, like, children don't know what death is. He clearly does.
No.
Oh. Scotty!
This absolute maniac can type at 281 words per minute with 100% accuracy.
As one of the slowest, crappiest writers around, this makes me feel very inadequate.
So apparently geckos can bark like dogs.
Yep. That's a very unhappy gecko.
Being able to skate down a closed highway seems like a dream.
Oh, wow. I've never skated before, but I'd love to do that.
This company is installing these screens that allow people in one country to interact with people in a far distant country 24/7. The
Oh, that's cool, until the first person flashes their dick.
goal is to make people realize that we aren't that different from one another. One of my subscribers sent me a cute
Hope they do it in Dublin, and then I'll go out and see somebody in, like, fucking, I don't know, Auckland.
video of a spider closing their door. That is the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Trapdoor spider. They're more scared of you than you are of them, which is why they attack you and kill you. So, oh, my nose is itchy. Driven by arguments? Oh, drive by arguments. No, I'll keep that. Keep that, keep that, keep that, keep that. Because I've got time to kind of explore. I want to actually have a look at this guy again. Let's see what his most popular video is. Picking up a hot girl in 3 minutes. Better game. Why you should be rejecting attractive women. What? What? Yeah, we watched that a while ago. Which one should we go for? What I learned for approaching 10,000 women. 15 minutes. Just like so many of these are really long. Oh.
Here's a topic that is controversial. Might get
Well, let's hear this bad boy. As this affects me being Indian in America. I suppose I'm a man.
get me into trouble, but I think it's worth talking about. How
Is
do
it?
Indian men
I do love that shirt though.
in America do well with women? I will be completely honest. It is a disadvantage to be Indian unless you're talking to Indian women only
Clip that first part and his life's hell.
in America. It's 100% a disadvantage. Just there's a cultural stereotype. Look at the Bob's and Vagana memes, right? The cultural
Vagana? Vagana. It's Bob's and Vagines. Learn your memes. Bob's and Vagana. Checking me? What?
stereotype. Bob's and Vagana, that's not exactly a sexy stereotype. It's making fun of Indian guys being awkward. And I've had a lot of Indian
What was it? I like the one that's is pregnant now.
clients who I do boot camps with. And what I found is that Indian guys, partly because of the culture, because of our society in America, they have a feeling that women don't find them attractive. And there's a degree of truth to that. Some women have a bias against Indian men. And so
There is a truth over here too, in the sense that I talked to someone once who I went out on a date with them, and we were making fun of the differences between dating apps and shit. And when I asked her about her, she said it's the best of India. As she said, like the best of India come on to the dating app. Which, for her, she literally meant, like, Indians in India. Like, these people would be, like, in Bombay and... Well, not Bombay. Madras. And Delhi and stuff like that. Like, what you gotta do with them, you know? It's like if I get hit on by an Australian, what am I gonna do? What can I do?
So one of the things, being an Indian guy, to be successful, this also applies to really any Asian guy. Part of the key to success is not seeming too foreign.
We want you to be little versions of us. We'll uplift you in a way.
Right? So when you look at your style, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, if you seem really foreign, that's going to lower your chances. So if you have a very thick accent, it's going to make things harder. I've seen guys with thick accents have success. I had one boot camp client who actually had a threesome on his second day of the boot camp. Even though he had a thick accent, he was bald, he was 34, he still did that. So I'm not saying it's impossible. But
I love how this guy... I do alright. I do alright romantically. I do alright sexually. Once I get out there. Once I put myself out there, once I present myself and be upfront, I get rid of the women who don't want to be around me, and they get rid of me, and we save time. And what's left with is women who want to be with me. And that's fine. Ranging from, hey, I want to chill with you, to, hey, do you want to hang out sometime? But there's no game to it. Just be yourself. Like, oh, you're too foreign for me. What the fuck? Like, could you just go into that machine so I can recreate you as a Ken doll? Like, no.
But it is a disadvantage. I will not lie. It is 100% a disadvantage. Being Indian is not going to make things easier, especially with white women and with
Stereotype more. Come on, because they're all just gelatinous blobs with name tags on them. Women, white women, Latino women, Asian women.
with black women, especially with Asian women.
Okay. I've only ever been on a date with one black woman, and she really liked Indian guys because she had family from India. So... wrong again? I mean, these are anecdotal shit he's pulling out, so I'm doing the exact same thing.
Women, Indian.
And again, I really like his shirt. I want to get some decent shirts this year, some crazy ass shit. And while my diet's going great, will I get there for summertime? Only I can tell. Only I have the power of it. Try not to stuff my face.
Well, it's actually sometimes an advantage. But with black women, white women, I would say it's a notable disadvantage. A lot of those women have a bias, finding Indian and Asian men in general less attractive. But the more you seem foreign, the bigger that disadvantage becomes. So taking classes to make your accent less thick, to
Well, if you're trying to get a date in a foreign country with a different language, it would stand to reason to have like English, but that's just a given. Forget like dating, just work. Like if you've moved to another country, like I'll admit that I've never really like tried anything in a country that I couldn't speak another language in. I haven't really had the chance. But you know, I don't go anywhere thinking tonight I'm gonna get laid. Like, no, I don't go out there anything. Every time I've been really lucky with people, I've just enjoyed their company and shit has happened. And sometimes it's because I've been Irish and I've been in a foreign place and they've basically fetishized me. I'm okay with this.
Speak to sound more like you were raised in America will help. You know the guy who I knew who had the best game? I was actually jealous of this guy. When I was 18 and I had no game, I wished I was this guy. His name was Atish. I doubt he's watching, but if he is, you know, cool guy. He was very charismatic. He was 100% Indian. He had the best game of anyone I ever knew. He did not have a thick accent. He did not look foreign.
So he's not showing up in a fucking like turban on the back of an elephant. Okay. So I know tons of women who'd be like, fuck yeah, elephant man. You know? Hell, I would be impressed if my date showed up on the back of an elephant. Or like a fucking polar bear if she was Russian, you know? Hell, I'd be terrified if I said no.
American, right? So buying clothes from shops that look American, getting your grooming done in a way that looks American is going to help.
We don't want you to looking like the dirty foreigner, you see. We want sophisticated people who know how to count past 5.
That's the first thing he did. The second part, he was in good shape. I'd have to look at the statistics, but based on my clients who are Indian, not that many are in very good shape. Being in good shape is going to help. So that's one thing that you...
Be in good shape for your own self. Forget being in to impress women. Just be in good shape for your own self. And being in good shape does not mean you have to put the slider all the way up on muscle. It could just mean like, you know, oh, I'm getting heavy and my clothes don't fit as well as they could. Drop 10 pounds. Drop 10 pounds. And oh, my back hurts when I get out of this chair that I spent 9 hours a day on. How about spending a little less time in the chair? That's what I'm doing. My sciatica's really gone down since that happened. And how did I get the sciatica? Because I was a lazy fuck who spent all his day, much longer than 9 hours, in a chair. Zip a day.
Was 19. He was 19 years old. And I saw him pull 2 9s, blonde girls, 9s from a club. He wasn't even allowed to go to clubs. He was 19.
They were 9 and their dicks were 75.
But he was so charismatic that they let him in the club and he pulled 2 twins. I was massively jealous of this guy. Let me tell you how jealous.
I masturbated to him repeatedly. I was so jealous. My God, he was a god. Could he not have stepped on my face? Oh God, I just think about him. With me in the corner watching.
I was. He went to an MMA gym, and I was like, maybe MMA, like, well, he does it, and he's really cool. So maybe if I do what he does, I'll be cool. Which, hey, I mean, it's not the worst logic, but then I joined the MMA gym, and I thought I would start getting bitches too. It didn't work. It didn't hurt. It was still a good thing to do, but this...
like almost secondary to him. Oh, sure, I took better care of my body. I started to really get into, like, physical shape. I felt more confident, clothes looked better on me, but whatever, I couldn't get bitches. Okay. He just gotta give me off a sort of divorced dad energy. And not one that got visitation for the kids. Because he actively fought against the idea of it. Like he's like, you can't force these kids on me.
Guy was Indian. He had the best game of any guy.
Actually, that would be something you believe, most likely.
Being Indian is a disadvantage, but there's exceptions.
I just love how he says it. Being Indian's disadvantage. I mean, unless you're playing in Civilization, then watch out. Nuclear bomb's gonna fly like crazy.
Exceptions to the rule. Part of it is not seeming super foreign. The other part is what I've noticed, a lot of Indian guys, they have a different mindset about how socialization works. And I'm not entirely
Let's hear
sure why
it.
this is. Like, I'm being completely honest, I'm not entirely sure why this is, but they tend to have a more logical, transactional mindset about.
And you don't? You were literally calling women like nines and shit earlier. Like, you... And you are seeing it as a logical transaction. Right now. Because you're talking about how they need to change. Just... If Indian guys aren't getting laid by the women that they want, what's the difference that of black guys who aren't getting laid by the women that they want? Or white guys? Or any guy? Or any woman? Like, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to... It might come down to, like... just you. You might need to change your mindset. And maybe stop seeing this as a sort of, like, hunt. Or that's the main thing you need to care about. Just be your fucking self. But myself sucks, then why would anyone want to be around you?
Socialization. So they're not trying to be funny and interesting as much. They're not trying to hit the girl on an emotional level. They're trying to impress her more on a logical level. I'm an engineer. I make a lot of money. That's more the mindset. And
well, yeah, but a lot of white guys do that too. A lot of Arab guys do that too. A lot of Asian guys do it. It's like every man does that. And I've had women flex their money at me. And I've seen it doing to other men. I don't give a fuck. It's great that you're making money, I guess, that you can do all the things you want. It's just...
my guess is it's because India has a caste system. So if you're high in the caste system, most of the people...
You need to stop thinking of yourself as a corpse handler and start thinking yourself as a Maharaja, you know?
Will come to America from India are going to be
we need some Brahmin thinking right now.
And those families, because you're used to having this automatic value being wealthier, means that you have a different mindset about how socialization should work, and that people automatically are supposed to like you. That's my guess. I'm not sure. That might be completely wrong, but for some reason, that's the main thing Indian guys get wrong. The main thing is they're just logical, stiff, serious, and so may we have the sex now? That's kind of the energy.
I have to say that this guy is talking total bullshit, but there is an obvious difference when you go to other countries and see different cultures. It's just, he's not really promoting a healthier alternative. He's still a pickup artist. Rather than having a pickup artist school for people who don't feel confident, why not just a confidence school? The school where people can feel better at being themselves. Or a realistic school where hi, so this is the world, whether you like it or not, these are certain facts, and these are certain things you can change in them. And one of the things you can change is you, if you want. Do you want to change? No, I don't want to change. I don't want anyone telling me that I have to pick up my clothes or bathe. Jared, for example. Well then, that's okay. But you're gonna be lonely because no one will want to deal with that. Or you will get people who will deal with that, and you'll have people like Shani and Rev. Shani and Rev out of each other, but would you consider that to be a healthy relationship? Anything about them being healthy? No. And that's actually a great case of a woman not taking good care of herself. Shani can barely move under her own weight.
And the main thing Indian guys can do to do better with women, other than doing their grooming, their style, getting in shape, working on the accent, is focusing more on being entertaining and interesting and charismatic.
Being the class clown, the monkey, if you will. Perhaps maybe you should keep one of those, one of those silly little hats you people wear. And then for amusement of women, you can go and dance around them.
And funny, focusing on offering value, on making the girl laugh. It's not like a logical, it's not like engineering, right? A lot of Indian guys are engineers. They're very smart, they're very successful, but they have that mathematical mindset towards dating sometimes. And that mindset.
Everyone in India who comes over here is on the spectrum. That's what this guy is saying. My fellow autists from India, welcome. You can't get laid? Wow, you really are an American.
Is too stiff. It doesn't have enough soul. So that's the main thing, is having more soul to your interactions, and your main focus should be, can I make her laugh? Can I make
her laugh? Just talk. Talk to them like people. Ask about their interests. Respond in kind, but don't make it all about you. Also, don't just be a wooden machine, like a machine taking in the fucking info. Get creative. Let it happen naturally. Don't look for an end goal beyond just enjoying their company. But I want to get laid because this man said that I... No. You don't need to listen to what this man has to say. He's dead inside. Be yourself. Do learn better English. It'll just be useful in general, and forget your accent. Just learn English. And yeah, if you need to lose some weight, lose some fucking weight. It's up to you.
make her smile? Can I make her enjoy my presence?
Make her.
And when you do that,
enjoy my presence? You have like a calming aura effect on you at all times. This weird circle, like wah wah wah.
There will still be 10 to 20% of women that are just like, I don't like Indian guys. That's going to be a thing. 100%. Just like there's maybe a smaller percentage. There's like 3 to 5% of women that don't like white guys. It's like...
I think that number's a little higher. Not by much, but I'd say a little higher. I wouldn't know though. I do run across the occasional like, don't respond to me if you're white, or don't respond to me if you're Irish. But like I've seen plenty of other like ethnicities saying the same. Here's the thing though, if race is such a big deal to you, I wouldn't want to get with you anyway. Like, I'd hate to hook up with someone just because I'm Irish. And then they're like, oh well, I can save you. What the fuck? Like to look at me and then you find out I'm Irish? Okay, great. You hear I'm Irish and you can think that you can improve me? Like the way he's basically talking about that towards the Indian guy. It's fucking weird, man. He's a weird duck. He's a very weird duck. And this isn't really what I'm after from this dude. Anyway, what I want to see is him like getting rejected. An of-age girlfriend, boyfriend-free girlfriend. How to get a girlfriend even if you're a virgin with social anxiety. Learn to have a hobby that you will stim over incredibly. The girl will find it very charming. Paint Warhammer models. That's promising. Hey, Mary. Oh, this guy's very sad. Are you going to talk to her? Does she want to? Does she want to talk to you? Like, a lot of this is making my skin crawl a little bit, honestly. What?
I just want to say you're very beautiful. Would you like to go on a date tonight? Okay, how about now? Does this change your mind? How about now?
Wow, he's got a torso. You know, I'd have been more impressed if there was like a second head in his belly.
I've been working on this for years.
Really? Jesus, I could reach that with a little bit of effort. I mean, that's no, you're not exactly ugly, but you're about as you're a fucking default character model. Like, what the fuck? Look at her face. She's so embarrassed for him. He's literally semi-flashing these women. Yes. It even looks like it. He has an oddly shaped head too. Have you noticed that? Like his hair he's got like a flat top hair, and then he's got confidence. I'll give him that. It's not real confidence though. It's just sort of like slamming his head off against the wall, hoping that it will unlodge a brick. Never stopping to realize there's an easier way.
I call it the situation. No? That's a maybe. Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, and they're gonna cringe. She's actually like just so mortified for this dude. Also, like, is this the best take? Is this really the best take? Thank you for fat shaming me. Hey, no one should fat shame you. You're not fat shamed. You're not fat. That's not your problem. Pickup artist must be stopped. Yeah. He's making me squirm. These people are unreal. Oh yeah? And who are these people? Casey! Yay! Favorite freakouts? Fuck yeah. That's a great picture of Casey. It looks like your teeth or dentures are about to fall out.
Oh my god. Hi guys. Welcome back.
High as a fucking kite.
Back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited because today we're watching your favorite freakouts and some of my favorites as well. I just love watching these.
This is the year I will get a response from Casey if she will be on the podcast or not. I have a stinking suspicion she'll be like, yeah, which to her is like probably the best I can hope for, but still.
So funny. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to say thank you in a YouTube video. Okay, here we go. Let's react, shall we?
Let us react to your reaction.
You man! You impotent piece of shit! I hope your kids get cancer! What are you looking at?
What are you looking at?
No,
what are you filming me, you sick? Is that funny to you?
Holy shit!
He was running.
I be Kids Bop Karen.
Now what is this?
You're cute too.
I'm sorry, really sorry.
You are?
No, it's my fault.
It is your fault.
Yeah, I know it's my fault. That's why I'm saying.
Oh, I remember this woman. I remember seeing this.
Sorry.
She thinks it's cute that her driver almost hit my kids. And she thinks
this reminds me of like how I would be if I were a mother.
Stopping in a
If you were a mother, you'd have all your fucking kids have like ashtrays on their heads, and they'd walk around just be like, "Hey babe, come here for a second." Casey's kids would be like the little guy from Zim, the one that was like basically a walking snack machine for the almighty tallest. They just have something on their head at all times.
It's gonna help?
It's my fault.
He apologized.
Walking footstool.
That didn't upset me. But the
She'd be a great mom.
Sorry. That told me to calm down.
Me and Overwatch.
What I'd like you to do is apologize instead of being a bitch.
You're calling me sorry, but you're calling me a bitch. So set an example.
I'm sorry.
Look at that face. She looks like an British bulldog. With those jowls. She has a sort of Churchill vibe going on right there. Roar.
My kids can't hear me calling you a bitch.
Your window's open.
They can't hear me because they're listening to Kids Bop.
Kids Bop.
Oh my god. Honestly, she was the queen. I don't know, like, what that was. Like, I don't know if there was anything else behind it, but he apologized. So it's like he must have almost hit her kids. Like, it seemed like she was justified, and I thought she really served. You know, they're gonna think about what they did. They're gonna watch where they go.
Let me talk to you.
No, go away.
Hey, bitch. What's up, bitch? Suck my dick, bitch.
Bitch! I think I dated this woman at one point.
Let me talk to you.
Go away.
Let me talk to you.
That's not talking!
Let me talk to you.
I remember this one, yeah.
Let me talk to you.
She sounds like she's on the spectrum, in all fairness. Everyone's dressed better than me. I even love her hoodie. And I like Casey Tron's sort of tie-dye thing. My old tie-dye shirt can barely be held together at this point. I need a good tie-dye shirt. I need better outfits. 2023 is the year I will get better clothes. I've already started with a couple pairs of pants. Now I need to upgrade. Good shirt would be really good. I've got a good shirt, but I mean, I need another. I can't just have the one really good shirt.
Oh
Whop, 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 whop!
She's on it. What the fuck?
Drive over her feet.
What the fuck? She's scary.
She does look like she would eat you. Finally, I've seen a woman who I don't want to see squish boobs up on the glass.
Why are my hands shaky?
His hands are shaking. I mean, I would be too. That would have me so anxious and stressed.
Why don't you just drive away?
Now walking to my trunk.
Oh no!
Messing with my windshield wiper.
This is like a horror movie.
I was thinking it's more like a bear, you know? Like, have you ever seen like an animal, a wild animal get curious about what's inside a car?
That had to be hurting her arm and shit. Oh my god. 12-year-old dominates a raging Karen.
You can just go along. Have a great day. Sorry about what happened.
How about you go fuck yourself?
I'm trying to be nice to you.
You little twit.
You have a great day.
Me and Overwatch lobbies.
Yo, whoa!
Fighting with
whoa,
the
whoa,
kids.
whoa, whoa!
That goddamn phone.
This is my property. You're not gonna touch my property. No. This is my property. My phone is my property. This is public property. I can record.
Fighting with a 12-year-old on the street. Did she just try to get in the boot? She did. I'd have driven over her feet. I'd have to start the engine, driven over her feet. The police would come and we could show the whole footage and be like, now you tell me she was not being bloody, like, aggressive towards me. I could have waited until she was behind the boot and then put it in reverse, and then we wouldn't be having this conversation. We'd have a very different conversation, wouldn't we? But about this woman here, speaking of feet, shoeless, in the middle of the day, shouting with a 12-year-old about getting filmed. And by the way, no matter where you are in the world, if you're in a public space, you're allowed to film whatever the fuck you want. Alright, maybe not in all over the world. Probably in like China or North Korea or Russia, you can't do that. Also, I found out in Ukraine during the war, you can't, because of the war, you can't film any military or police vehicles of any type. So that's a good thing to know, which makes a lot of sense. She looks like she's about to take a piss in this pose.
I can record your face. I'll go record your license plate. If you assault me, I will get you arrested.
Yeah. Way to go, kid.
I'm apologizing you have it. Quit walking towards me. Quit walking towards me.
No, you're right. She's drunk, I feel.
Yeah.
No respect. Keep walking towards me. Keep walking towards me. Do something. This is public property. You just tried hitting me with your car. You cannot do that. Yes, you did. I got it on video. I was right here, and you put it in reverse and tried hitting me. And she's coming out of the car.
Big girl. She
I
does
can
have
record
a
your
fish
license plate all I
shirt.
want. You're in public
Like,
property.
she has
I have
the
the right.
best shirt.
No, you can't. This is public property. You need to learn your rights. Quit walking.
Holy fuck. This is probably someone's like very embarrassing and fucked up mother. You know, like they're probably like, Mom, why are we talking in the drunk tank again? There's no shit, son. He can take my picture.
Towards me. I feel threatened right now. Leave me alone. I feel threatened. Leave me alone. Yeah.
No, I bet that her car is wrecked because she drinks and drives. I bet she's drunk right now.
Probably.
Days, man. Are you kidding?
The kid knows what. See, we don't just go after women here too. Although, oh my god, he looks like Encino Man. A fucking Forsworn out of Skyrim.
Oh my god, what the fuck is this?
Woo! Woo! What the hell was that? He's too strong. Either that's some proper bulletproof glass right there, or he is like way too strong. He's nowhere near too strong as he looks, because whatever he had just broke in half when he slammed onto it.
You broke my fucking boomerang.
You catching this?
You broke my boomerang. Oh, it's us. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Australians, yeah.
It was like...
Woo! Woo! All on camera. All on camera. Oh, that got real. Now, if this was America, you'd hear a gunshot and then that guy wouldn't be around anymore.
What the fuck?
You fucking both got the fucking vaccine and it's lost a lot. Leave me alone.
Oh, somebody's going to jail.
Oh my god.
Oh, I've seen this one.
But what the fuck? Woman attacked while jogging due to not wearing a bra.
Algonquin territory and tell people not to wear a bra. You're body shaming? Don't fucking touch me, bitch!
Whee!
What the fuck?
I'm trying to document her. She assaulted me, and I want her information because I would like to file a police report. Hey.
I do not like this woman's voice as she's talking. It's very Karen in of itself. But obviously she's the one who's been wronged, so she gets a pass. But there are some voices that just immediately make me distrust or dislike anyone. And that whiny, nasally voice of a lot of American Karens out there, even if they're not a Karen, they just happen to have that voice, makes me so uninterested that I need to naturally pull myself back from it. It's biased. It's 100% biased. Same way if you hear like a nasally sort of voice from a dude, I feel the same way.
All my followers.
But you don't hear nearly as much these days. Whoa, shit. This is just outright assault. You're going to jail.
That's actually pretty scary.
Guys, I'm being attacked right now.
What the fuck?
Oh my god. How is this being shown on YouTube with all that boobage?
This lady is attacking me right now because I'm not wearing a bra. She came up to me and attacked me.
Well, she should cover up herself then.
Some guy in a car, and now he's video.
Oh, I remember this woman. They showed her on DP.
Because this is unlawful.
Ma'am, he's running me over.
No, I'm not.
Ma'am, hurry, please hurry. Mike!
I would love, they always call for their husbands. I love the husband that's walked up and fucking floored them and say, I want a divorce, and walk off. And they're there on the ground with like 2 or 3 teeth missing. And they're like, I don't like Karens as a rule because of one simple reason. They are fucking entitled. Whether it be mental issues or whether it be a sense of like racial superiority, because a lot of them are, they're not all white. Lots of people who are Karen can be of all ethnicities, but most of them tend to be middle class, upper middle class white people. And I just kind of want them to get their comeuppance, and every once in a while we see it. You remember that guy who called the police on someone out in a car park, and the police came up and arrested him? Shoot that shit right into my arms. Fucking love it. Fucking love it. And out here in Ireland, you get a lot of people like that. You get a lot of Karens out there. You got a lot of nosies going on. Usually they're elderly and they've got very little to do. But too many people give them a pass. If I trusted the law enough, I would call the law on them more often. Because you only need to have them put away once for them never to do that again. Even if they're only taken away for a few hours and given a hard talking to, they'll realize that they're not the law. There's an actual law above them that outranks them, and they can't call up it every 5 seconds to complain that there's a brown person walking across the street. I've not seen it nearly as much out here in the countryside, but where I did see it one of the last times I was in Dublin. Claire and I were just walking back up to the train station. We decided to take a little break because it was an absolutely lovely day. We were walking along the canal, and we were waiting just outside the train station. I had a nice couple of cans on me, and we were just like sharing them and laughing. And suddenly this woman crosses, like, she was actually eyeing us up for a while, and she crossed like a street and then another street, come over and not harass us, but kind of just start talking to us randomly. And then she started getting really passive aggressive towards other people. But those people seem to fulfill our, like, what we look like. They kind of sounded very similar to us, and how those people were like a bunch of gurriers and thieves and the Irish slur for travellers. The Irish travelling community. And, you know, we were like, wow, good thing none of those are around here, huh? And we just did it right back. But I would have loved if the guards came over here. Actually, you know what? This sounds like a real issue. Sorry, officer, this woman here was just saying, what were you saying, madam? You know, like, oh, the best thing you can do is fight them at their own game, or let them fall into their own trap. And every once in a while you find a video on that, but normally they're just doing really stupid shit, like falling out for a husband who really wishes he never met her decades prior, or nothing. A lot of these ones just end without any sort of conclusion. Like that woman who was at like a Spencer's or a Hot Topic, I think it was a Spencer's Gifts. And she was screaming that this woman who was filming her, and the reason she was filming her was because she accused her of robbing her phone out of her bag. And, nah, I won't say it. Say what you want. I don't know the context to it. You're gonna at least give context before you say it. And she, eventually, it turns out that she had just lost her phone. Like, and she wanted, like, the police to be called on this black woman. And the fact she was black was all the more bad, because she was, A, bringing up the fact that she was black, and B, in America, having the police call on you and you're black, it's, go very badly. Very badly. It's just entitlement.
Ma'am,
so?
You're in trouble.
How so?
You're going to jail.
How?
You're hurting me.
Nah, I won't say. The travelling peoples. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's a slur. It's a proper slur. I use it in a different context, but they I shouldn't use it at all. Especially because most Irish travellers I've ever met have been nice enough. I have met some dodgy ones in my life, but they were just dodgy because they were probably pieces of shit human beings and not because they were travelers. Like, that's the thing with a community. You get all sorts of people. You gotta learn to go beyond. Oh, it's a black guy. He must be a gangster. What? This should result in her getting put into assisted care. If this was a perfect world, but everyone is like, no, I don't want to push charges. And you know what? I've been in situations where I could have pushed charges on people, and I'm like, no, I don't want to. And that's what most people do. They just kind of roll their eyes and go. But what I wish I could do would just be laugh at the situation more. But these people don't really threaten me. They don't really do ever, because I want to get vindictive after a while. Like, in many ways, I almost want to become like a Karen themselves. And that's stupid. You need to rise above it.
Man!
Ran over me! He ran over me!
She's saying I ran over her.
Me. He ran over me! He ran over me!
I have the whole thing on recording.
I want him arrested!
I have done nothing wrong.
I wouldn't say anything. I would just turn her over, put her hands behind her back, and scream, "What are you doing? Arrest him!" No, you're coming with us. And then I'd be very clear. Sir, would you like to press charges? No. Oh. And there should be a long pause where she's just staring slack-jawed. Like, this is not how it goes in her head. Arrogance is... Oh, I hate it. I hate arrogance so much. I hate entitlement so much. Probably why I became all socialist-minded and shit. Yeah, I think those two are heavily tied. I have this weird sense of right and wrong that... Why is it weird at all? No. Don't be an entitled bastard. Don't be an entitled prick. Good life lesson. But that is also then tying into why I don't like pickup artists and men's advice groups and shit like that.
What? Him arrested?
She's old. She looks like she might be in her 70s. And she's interrupting the sale of a sandwich. I'm ordering a 2-piece sandwich. And she's telling, I'm not going to buy that because she put the window down on that so you can start another one. So she told her no. The young lady was doing like they usually do.
Now, what is going on?
What the fuck? She's being told that she can't have a sandwich? Okay, why can't she have a sandwich? What's the context?
Her phone's not even on.
Only older generations do that. Have you noticed that whenever they try to pretend like their phone, like, oh, kitty. I mean, you can see when I touched it, the bloody, there's an image real quick. Kitty cat. I have all, my screensavers are all these, like, default cats. They're so cute. That one's yawning. See the yawn? I love it.
She said, no, you take that off and only put 4. So I told her she needs to go back to Mexico. She's going to have to swim the water.
Oh, and any chance that you might be in the right is immediately gone.
That's why Trump is sending all of them back right now in a truck. He's trying to do border patrol. She's the one making it.
Is she an actual black Trump supporter? Wow, it's rare you see them in the wild. This must be a few years ago, old now.
Bad for people that's really coming over here trying to work and get their job. She's screaming and yelling, no, 4. So how many pieces go on there?
Oh, I remember this. Nun pulls apart kissing photo shoot. Yeah.
And I got you on video that you're destroying my car. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Okay, this woman's just fucking mentally ill, okay? And she's armed. This is where the police are called really fucking quickly.
This is frightening.
Yeah, she could.
Out of this neighborhood.
Oh my god.
Shit. Yep. Cool, lady. Call, please. I'm calling. Don't worry.
Glade Avenue? Oh my god.
So far, we've only had one male Karen. Kind of weird. Usually way more than that.
Because my neighbor has 2 fucking hammers in her goddamn hand and she's assaulting the car.
You got a problem, bitch?
She's gonna hurt someone.
Yeah.
Put your motherfucking shit on me again, bitch. Tell me to go the fuck back somewhere, bitch. Tell me.
What the fuck?
Your car, bitch. And you think that shit is cute, bitch. But it ain't, Becky. Motherfucking racist, bitch. You racist.
Oh, damn! See? She's getting fucking served. That's what I wanted to see.
You bitches. I'm sick of you bitches. You understand me, bitch? Do you understand me, bitch?
I feel like she was like, oh, I've been waiting for this. She was like, I've been waiting for this.
I'd have broken her arms just for good measure. Clearly she does bad things with them. They should be taken away.
I'm fucking done, right? Like, holy shit.
Jesus. Hell.
Yay! Karen going off to hospital, but like, she's getting taken away. Bye-bye.
Do I have to go to these places? I've been to every one of them. Do I have to be handcuffed? Jesus, I bow my head before you, and I ask
I'm gonna
you.
check your blood pressure real quick, okay?
Okay, take it.
Thank you.
I've been checked from one end to the other. See if I'm pregnant at 66 years old. I know it is. Do it in my ear, in my face, and put it all over me. How would you like to have cum poured all over you? Stop.
Depending on the context, I know a few women who might be on board with that. And men.
Well, maybe that child needs to hear about it.
No. What? I mean, that's terrible, but that was just like a lot.
That was informative. Now we actually get some information, like actual information from Adam something, who is very good at what he does. Too bad what he talks about is mostly shit things. Beforehand though, I need to go to the toilet and do the toilet things. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I swear at some point I'll be creating my own content. Well, actually, no. Speaking of, the Mickey Richards video will be out tomorrow. And also about the Mickey Richards video, it's very much a bit shorter than expected. Like the other videos I've been putting out were about 20 or something minutes. These have been about 10. This one will be about 10. And that's before I started doing the final editing on it. It'll probably be a bit less. I might actually take some footage from Mickey and just... I honestly thought he had like way more stuff, but he only had one bit of footage. That's what I get. Like, we were too busy just vibing. I don't mind it. It was a great time with him. It was just... Anyway. I'll have him play real quick.
Phoenix, Arizona is a monument to man's arrogance. It's a city of 5 million that should
That's a King of the Hill joke, by the way.
Concrete, asphalt, and single-family homes in the desert, briefly interrupted by a small group of skyscrapers. Temperatures during summer normally reach above 40 degrees Celsius with 330 days of sunshine each year. Despite the dry, hellish desert climate, the lawns are lush and green, nearly every house has a swimming pool, and the city is dotted with large, verdant golf courses. All this in the wake of a historic drought and accelerating climate change. Phoenix has been called the least sustainable city in the world, for good reason. Climate change plus 5 million strong desert cities do not go well together, to put it mildly. And what's this? Uh-oh.
We're on a mission to create a more equitable and sustainable future. By starting with a clean slate, we have this really unique opportunity to focus on what's most important. We're not just...
He looks like somebody... He looks like an actor for like SNL, but I can't remember which.
Building a new city. This is a new model for society.
We will create a
Okay.
15-minute city that promotes active and sustainable modes of transportation.
Oh no, the little pod cars.
Use districts that ensure all daily needs are within a 5-minute walk from your house.
We're going to create efficient buildings. We're going to have a diverse source of renewable energy supply to generate more energy than we consume.
Energy, you said.
Same thing with water. Generating enough water to supply the future of Tolosa and potentially even other communities through efficiency, recycling, and technology.
We'll start with 50,000 people, a really diverse group, and from that seed,
wealthy,
to this incredible city of 5 million people.
Tolosa will be the city that loves you, actively listens to you. Doesn't matter who you are. We want to see you. We want for you to experience Tolosa.
Wow, this so looks like it looks like the opening of Delta City from RoboCop.
Be part of it.
The city of the future. Are those arcologies? Are those drones?
A sustainable desert city, envisioned and spearheaded by Joe Rogan's secret brother, former Walmart CEO and billionaire Mark Lohr. So what is wrong with this project? What is wrong with building a 5 million inhabitant techno fever dream city in the middle of the desert? I like how they already have shiny CGI of the whole thing, but they don't yet know where the city will be even. Detailed plans and visualizations usually come after you've secured the location, completed surveys, geodetic studies, and so on. Anyway, so Tolosa would start with 50,000 inhabitants and then gradually grow to 5 million. And my first question is, why? Why would anyone want to live there in the middle of nowhere? Even an accursed place like Phoenix had a reason to exist originally. The land was arable and local farms could sell their produce to a nearby mining town. Tolosa is not being built for any practical reason. It's not like they found a great place somewhere in the US and said, wow, this would be a good place for a sustainable city. No, instead a billionaire decided he wants a sustainable city, then started looking for a place to put it in the desert. The good thing about building a giant city in a remote desert is that land is cheap. The bad thing about building a giant city in a remote desert is that you're building a giant city in a remote desert. In order to sustain a 5 million city, you need a lot of water. And I mean a lot. Where would you get it from? Even if you find a location with a water source, slapping a 5 million city on top of it would absolutely destroy it by sucking everything dry. And water reclamation alone isn't enough to solve this. Water is constantly evaporating and you have to keep replacing it. That replacement usually occurs naturally via rain, but not in the desert, obviously. You would need to find a place with ample water, but chances are land won't be cheap there, because it is likely being used by others. We already have enough problems with NIMBYs when trying to build a rail line, let's say. All the lawsuits, delays, protests, obstructionism, enough to turn planners' hair grey. Now imagine trying to build a city of 5 million there. Humanity would go extinct before you would even get through the first round of lawsuits. In the empty desert, you don't have such issues, but you would need to pipe in water from somewhere else, which means costly and complex pipes and pump infrastructure spanning potentially hundreds of kilometers.
Not to mention the fact that America has had numerous droughts out in the west coast over the past few years. So having even more water demands, especially because like it's not just that it's water demands, it's also like there's a lot of green going on there. So it's not just what you need standard, they'd have more than the average one. Because trying to keep like plants green in the desert is very water consuming.
So yeah. Now let's talk about how Tolosa could be powered. And oh my god, did they seriously put windmills in the middle of the city? These might look nice and futuristic if you know nothing about windmills, but they produce noise that would drive people mad over time, vibrations that would damage surrounding buildings, not to mention, cities tend to have erratic wind patterns for a variety of reasons. Putting windmills in the middle of your city is the equivalent of putting your solar panels in the living room by the window instead of your roof. Otherwise, they plan on supplying the entire city with renewables, as advertised by this page from their website, which might actually break the world record for number of buzzwords per line. Distributed, flexible and expendable carbon-neutral energy system, redundant neighborhood microgrids, reliable and resilient energy, and I mean, that's great, but you also need to store surpluses so you can use them during shortages. In the real world, energy storage is most often done by pumped hydro storage, the most efficient and eco-friendly way by far. You basically have two reservoirs at different elevations, where you use surplus energy to pump the water to the upper reservoir, while during shortages, you let the water down through a turbine, gaining back electricity when needed. Needless to say, there is no mention of any such solutions from Tolosa. It's just multiple storage technologies, which is the equivalent of, yeah bro, we'll have like stuff to store the energy in, lol. Very promising. Another aspect of this project is sociological. Who will buy apartments in the high-tech desert city of the future? Well, if every single
rich people.
one of their promotional pictures are a clue, it's the urban upper middle class. This is despite all their claims of inclusivity and equality. People living in impoverished areas usually can't even afford to move within their own city, much less to a brand new, shiny future city in the desert. So even if Telosa was feasible at all, it would quickly become a sort of
options houses for all. What would you think the cheapest place would be there per year? Like double the national average, maybe?
eco-apartheid city-state for the affluent, leaving the rest of us to fend for ourselves. Case in point, about that world-class education they promise, where every student has access to the best teachers and resources. How? How will you organize and finance this? Also, if you want to get the best teachers, for a 5 million city you would need about 50,000. That means 50,000 good teachers subtracted from the US education system for the sake of your desert Hunger Games capital. And this applies to all other essential services. It's like when the Egyptian dictator decided to build a new capital city in the desert for the Egyptian upper classes. He can build Egypt's largest and most advanced hospital there with the best doctors, but those doctors are then subtracted from the Egyptian healthcare system. So a rich Egyptian will be able to quickly have their tennis ankle treated, while a regular Egyptian will have to wait 6 months for a vital surgery to be performed in a rundown hospital by overworked doctors with obsolete equipment. We also need to talk about another aspect of Telosa: transportation.
Yay!
So, is Telosa going to have an efficient, environmentally friendly public transit system? Well, an architect firm is designing road, air, and hyperloop capable autonomous pods for Telosa. I'm about to have a stroke. According to their vision, these would be pods to which you can attach road wheels or rotors, thereby being able to function as a self-driving car, a hyperloop pod, and a helicopter, and as a cable car. Now, I've already made videos about why autonomous cars and the hyperloop are terrible ideas. You can go check those out for an in-depth look. As for the helicopter,
but they look fancy and cool. So do trains. So do buses.
Yeah, this is flying cars all over again. Think of how loud the average drone is. Now make the drone 30 times bigger. Yeah, not to mention the risk of crashes. Also on the renders,
yeah, like on a windy day, you've just killed 3 people.
there doesn't seem to be an engine or a battery. It's just a CG ski lift cabin with 4 chrome propellers. You might notice that all of Telosa's transit solutions are individual. There is no proper mass transit, only small pods carrying a handful of people. And that kind of transit is fundamentally unsustainable. Think of US traffic jams and the pollution they cause, the space they take up inside cities, and so on. And I'm glad they have 15-minute walkable neighborhoods, but that's about the only sound idea of this project.
Yeah.
All in all, Telosa is a great example as to why billionaires shouldn't be allowed to design our cities. They are victims of a phenomenon called elite projection, a term coined by transit planner Jarrett Walker. Elite projection is the belief among relatively fortunate and influential people that what those people find convenient or attractive is good for society as a whole. Billionaires are used to living in remote, high-class, affluent areas, so naturally it would be good for everyone. They have access to the best possible healthcare and education, so everyone else in their utopia should. Damn the consequences for the rest of society. They've never set foot on public transportation, so naturally individual pods are the way to go, and so on.
They never think, especially Americans, they never think about like the trains and the buses. It's all just cars. Cars are the default. They will assume everyone has a car. There was a streamer a little while ago who he was on a live stream and he was asked by another streamer. Both of them are really wealthy. The guy who didn't know what fascism was. He guessed what like he tried to guess what the number, like the average person's income, and it was something like 100,000 a year. And the other guy was clearly a little bit more grounded, and he was like, what the hell are you talking about? And he checks online, and he's like, oh. Anyway, like he had no visualization of what the world was like. He's a fucking rarefied house cat. Like he's just been given shit.
In its current form, Telosa has a ton of problems. So how do we fix them? Easy. If Mark Lohr wants to...
And I've been lucky enough to get tons of shit too, but I'm aware of that. And I'm not exactly wealthy.
With sustainable places to live in the US, he should start somewhere else. Places where lots of people want to live and where there is plenty of space to build, namely the downtowns of most American cities.
Yeah.
Pictured here is the center of Detroit, where most space is occupied not by buildings, but by urban freeways and surface parking lots. Why not lobby for zoning law changes and help densify the area with sustainable housing? Or if you find downtown land prices too high, I have good news for you. Just outside the center, there is a plethora of cheap, rundown, half-abandoned single-family home areas just waiting to be bought and redeveloped. Just imagine what you
Shit, it looks like there's been an artillery strike across the whole thing.
could do there with some eco-friendly mid-rise housing. And Detroit doesn't have a drought problem either. Why insist on a desert city in the middle of nowhere? Why not just fix existing US cities instead? Actually, I know exactly why. You see, around the time I made my video about NEOM, the Saudi Line City bullshit project, one of its hired consultants reached out to me. We had a conversation where he explained the true extent of the idiocy behind the scenes. Obviously, I cannot share his name, picture, or even recorded voice for fear of prison or execution, but I will summarize what he told me. Basically, these projects begin with a billionaire dictator having a stupid, megalomaniac idea. They then hire consultants from a consultancy firm to visualize said idea, basically to create a metric ton of CGI. Then comes the private presentation, where you have 5 minutes to sell your proposal to them, as these people have very short attention spans. On the other hand, they are very easily bamboozled by shiny CGI and wild tech ideas, so if you cram your 5 minutes full,
At least they're being honest.
they will listen and
Higher
likely
red.
approve your proposals. Don't even try to get into the details of the project, as in feasibility, infrastructure planning, sociological surveys, and so on, because they will fall asleep. They don't care. They just want to see something shiny and bombastic to bamboozle them and boost their ego.
Yep. You know what? If I was a multi-billionaire, I would renovate a city. But you know what I'd do? I'd simply be like, I want this to be the best city it can be. Then I go to the city planners and just be like, let's see. And I'll have like a 5 list. I'll probably go to Adam something and be like, here's a 5 list point of what you think, not what I think, but what you think would be good. No, I would literally reach out to Adam something. If I had $400 billion, pick a city, go in, do this. And what do you think that the whole idea would be? Like, what would be a good city? And then we go from there. And I would simply finance it, and you can strap my name onto things. I'll have very little say in it. So long as it doesn't just look good, it is good. It's beneficial to people. Not just wealthy people, but to every... Actually, start with the poor first. The wealthy can take care of themselves.
This is how you get Neom in the Saudi desert, Dubai in the Emirati desert, the new administrative capital in the Egyptian desert, and now Telosa in the American desert. They are all different, yet they're all the same. Mark Lord tries to ape Middle Eastern dictators to bring about the utopia he thinks is best for you. However, he will likely not succeed, because, as we all know by now, smooth brain dictator plus construction project equals dumb shit. So, this was Telosa, the desert.
Yeah, don't put money into Telosa. It doesn't seem good. Ooh, this, however, well, I don't know if it's good, but it's definitely interesting. Oh, they took it down. See if I can find actual footage of it, because it's, yeah, here it is. Want to see something cool? I would be so freaked out by that. I mean, I've never heard of any of these sort of glass, these sort of optical glass things breaking. I don't want to be the first. And I've jumped off a cliff into the ocean, you know, like it's not exactly the most, that looks so suggestive. Yeah, I really don't know what to think of idiots who put all their money into it. Shit like that. When pulling a prank in McDonald's goes horribly wrong. How horrible is horrible? Oh. Woo! Oh, shit. Oh.
No, we fucking around. I'm sorry, it's a prank.
That's not funny. That is not funny. That is not funny. You don't play like that.
I'm so sorry. I played too much.
You scared of
I'm so sorry.
That wasn't funny at all.
I'm so sorry. It was fake. We trying to be in a movie.
We're trying to be in a movie. Yeah, well, you are in a movie. Congratulations. What the fuck was that? Clown World. Never trust. Never, ever, ever trust Clown World. It's also taken down. How old are some of these? Fuck, I guess I'm going through the old stuff. Keeping this, though. I won't say this. Hope you guys are good. By the way, I finished watching Megan. Go and watch Megan. Megan's a very, very good. Oh, this is perfect. This is new. From Charlie. God, that kid's face is immediately not something I support. Yeah, it's a very good film. Highly recommend it. Go and watch it. Probably gonna watch. Finally gonna get around to watching Banshee of Inisherin on probably tomorrow. Also need to watch the latest episode of The Last of Us. Really enjoying the show so far. I thought the quartering lost his shit because the anarchist cell was run by a middle-aged white woman. I thought he'd at least like the fact that she was white.
There's an expression called misery loves company, and today I realized that that's kind of like the philosophy of how I live my life.
His hair is becoming so luxurious. He's going to turn into Samson.
Whenever I see
when you cut it off, he's just not going to be funny anymore.
Something that makes me upset, I share it with all of you. If I see something that's embarrassing or gross and yucky, I make sure all of you have to see it and experience it as well. If I have to be traumatized by turbo cringe, so does everybody else. I go full scorched earth, I salt the soil, making sure everyone also has to feel my agony. And I even do that in real life with my friends too. Like if I eat a piece of food that I'm a little concerned might not be fully cooked, like a little raw, and I get concerned about like a foodborne illness, I'll see if any of my friends will eat it too, so that way we can share in the sickness together, so I'm not alone.
Get down with the sickness, if you will.
No, and go fuck yourself, but I at least still do give the attempt. Point is, today I realized that I do that a lot, and I'm about to do it again. There is a trend of streamers that I've talked about quite a few times over the last few years that always make me infuriated. It is the distracted drivers streamers. I'm sure you've seen a lot of streams that take place in a car.
Oh, where are we going with this? Because I might agree here. After all, the amount of people I've seen saying like, why do they stream while they're driving? Why are they making these videos while they're driving? Like, it's just, yeah, don't make videos when you're driving. Unless you're in like the passenger seat, then go for it.
Where a streamer is literally reading chat while driving, it is unbelievably dangerous, irresponsible, and just an absolute terrible thing to do. And I'm always surprised that there's not more huge accidents that occur.
There can be. I've seen it. There was that video we showed of the driver. She was like talking to her chat, and then like the camera was facing right, and all you see is like the whole car tumbling like crazy.
The road around them, simply because the streamer can't fight the urge to look at chat to read Omega lol and look at ASCII art of some big tits. It's fucking stupid. Now it is bannable on Twitch. I'm not saying that they're flying under the radar and Twitch is doing nothing about it. When Twitch is made aware of a streamer that is clearly reading chat while driving, they do take action. Now, that's not to say that all driving streams are prohibited, because they are still allowed as long as a passenger is the one that's reading chat, not the driver. So that way it's a little bit safer. But unfortunately, about once a month, there's some little worms that pop out from the shadow that decide to do a driving stream because they're the main character of life. They're the fucking protagonist, and everyone else on the road is just their props. So
well, that could be some form of social Darwinism, right? Not social Darwinism, but just Darwinism.
That brings us to my least favorite streamer on Twitch. I'm not going to say her name, but 3 days ago, she was streaming while driving, reading chat on her phone, and she ran over someone's dog.
Oh,
And
shit.
I'm clearly not going to show you the actual running over the dog because it's very hard to watch and extremely hard to listen to because the animal is wailing in pain for like 45 seconds before the clip cuts off.
Yeah.
It's fucking awful.
Stukło przed chwilą. Nie wierzę w to. Jezus, ile tu psów!
I think that's Zloty. I think this is Poland.
Jakaś macieczkę.
It's at that moment she runs over somebody's pet because she was too busy reading chat on her phone. She even mentioned that there were a lot of dogs around and then still made the decision to constantly be reading fucking chat. And it's not like they were saying anything insightful. Like, you can see the chat right there on the screen. There's nothing that is urgent that she needs to be looking down for. It's not like some kind of fucking speed situation where she needs to be reading chat every X amount of seconds or the car's gonna blow up. She could have just not done that, and the person's pet would have probably not been
Yeah,
hurt.
fuck this
This
noise.
fucking clown here that's dressed like Curious George couldn't reading her fucking chat and then ran over a dog. Clearly this made me very upset, so I wanted to share it with all of you so you'd also be upset. Good news is she did get banned for this, but I also think she should be facing criminal charges. Distracted driving, texting while driving, all of that.
But yeah, that should be separate of Twitch though.
Above texting and driving, I would argue, because if you go back and watch her clips, she is staring at that phone for like fucking 5-10 seconds at a time. It's not even like she's just like doing one of these. Not that that's any better, but like she was like reading it as if she was like trying to get through a goddamn like Magic Treehouse book on her phone. You know, you would have thought that she was going over important legal documents with the amount of time she spent fucking reading her phone in the car while driving. Obviously, this situation gets me heated. I'm like a microwave with tinfoil in it right now. It is extremely upsetting to see this happen, and this is far from the only case of it. It's just the most recent. There's been plenty of car accidents from
Yeah, this is the dude I was thinking of.
Chat, but usually it just involves them getting into single car accidents like this goofball here who crashed into a parking barrier while reading chat. I also remember seeing one on YouTube where a guy was arguing with someone in chat and then ran a stop sign and got T-boned by a fucking semi-truck. It looked like something out of a Final Destination movie. And to make it worse, he clearly lost the argument because he got hit by a fucking car while arguing. That's an instant L on that entire conference.
That's the only thing bad happened there.
Walked away with the dub. It's not uncommon, it's not that rare. Somehow there's always these pathetic little worms, smooth-brained, stupid-head idiots that'll pop on a live stream and then just start reading chat while driving. And it.
All right, I was expecting something a little bit more, but I do agree with him. That's some fucking stupid shit. All Nazis are nonces. True, but what's? Oh, we already did a Fallout New Vegas joke earlier. We don't need to have two in one episode. Oh, I know what we can do. We haven't checked in on our moo-moos, our lols of the cows. No, new law, no streaming and driving. Yeah, that should be the case. Oh, Spartan's lost his shit. Alicia's scared if Spartan calls cops on Spartan. Yeah, well, considering Spartans, like, threatened to kill people on numerous occasions, you'd think that the police would have been called long before this. Hey everyone. Don't forget to be liking, sharing and subscribing. And don't also forget that we got ourselves a stream goal and given greatly appreciated. All down the links in the doobly-doo, along with all my other stuff, like Twitter and Discord and all that shit. All that shit. Play.
You think he's okay? All right.
I hugged you the other day. I was holding your ass. I was hugging you.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
You got some real problems.
Oh yeah, she does have some problems.
Anonymous sent $3 who should have Stacy meet Egypt Beauty and get your $300 back.
I'm not interested.
She wouldn't
Okay, can you just be cooler, please? Like more relaxed.
You're the one that's fucking acting.
I'm sorry. I'm the one.
Wait. You told me that you're very, like you get like a little girl with me. You feel powerless.
Hope everyone is doing alright despite whatever life's kicking you in the face with. I do too. Life has a bad habit of kicking people in the face. But here's the thing. Your face is designed to be hit. It is. Everyone's is to a small degree, smaller or greater degree. If you're someone like Jared, you deserve everything that you get kicked in the face with. But if you're like someone, I don't know, like you, Raisin, every time you get kicked in the face, you probably didn't deserve it. I imagine sometimes you've had, but not the vast majority. The real thing is, are you going to go back for another round? The answer is always yes, because you're only ever going to get one chance to do all this. And it's always fun in between the bits. In other words, don't ever let it think that you think that that's all life is.
You don't like that. To be cool with you.
Okay. All right.
You're the one that's projecting.
Okay.
What did I say when I was drunk one time? Elisa reminds you of a character, like a mannequin that's come to life. A sex doll that gains self-awareness.
She was begging me not to leave her. All right. And now look at her.
All right.
I don't want to be filmed from the back.
You don't want to film by the back?
No.
All right, so can you go a little further?
Go over there then.
All right.
Walk adjacent to me.
Okay, I'll walk adjacent.
All
right.
I'm here on the
What's this filter? It's made everything look like it's the 70s.
All right, can you walk with Stacy?
You told me we were going to have sex tonight. What
I
the fuck?
He's so easily tricked with the promises of sex. You think at this point now he'd realize that he's not getting any.
Calm down. Can you just calm down, please? I have a lot of anxiety, Spartan. You know that.
God damn, what's your problem?
But get busy living or get busy dying. Yep.
Hold it. You want to check everything?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Just be cool. Just go like this. Look. Go like this.
All right.
Go like this. Look.
What is that mustache from with the mask on? It makes him look like he's Hitler.
Hey. I'm not gonna hurt you, okay?
All right.
Oh, that's always a promise right there.
All right. I gotta keep it on you. All right, everybody, calm down.
If you had anxiety, you wouldn't be doing something like this. Well, actually, that's not true. No, I take that back, because I do. I've got anxiety, and I do stuff like this. Although I'd never want it to be like this, you know? I'd never want it to be like the lol cows. I don't mind watching them, but I couldn't live like this. Jesus.
Where's Stacy?
That's right. The lady's probably freaked out.
All right, can you go with her?
God, this is fucking weird.
Not even wearing the mask right. I know, right? I think he's doing it just to hide his face. I don't think I've ever seen his full face.
Okay, all right, let's do it. Okay, can you?
We're supposed to be together. Us. Me.
Stacy. All right, go get her. Hello? There she is. Hello? What are you doing? Okay, come on.
I think he wants to, like, always wants to try to bang her, and he always just, like, ruins it because, A, he doesn't get that she uses him for, like, material, and B, he's really fucking unhinged. Like, some of his phone calls have just been, like, the most schizophrenic threats ever, like...
You're acting all scary right now. Just calm down. Okay, I know, Spartan. Just please be respectful of my. Okay, all right. Please be respectful.
Like, just...
Be nice. All right, please stop screaming at me, Spartan.
He's always...
Okay, I'll walk next to you. All right, stop screaming. All right, let's go. Let's have lunch. Let's go inside. I'm sorry.
I will say always about Elisa, though, that she always wants to control the narrative of what the day is going to be and always fails. At every time she wants a stream to go a particular way, a day particular goes, she fucks up. Because she always gets with these people who are crazier than her. So she needs a higher quality of lolcow, basically. Like a more professional bang of it. But they're not as interesting as some of the other people that she hangs out with. I mean, Andy Dick can be guaranteed to get absolutely high as a kite and suppose try to have sex with anything that moves. But, you know, you can easily shuffle him around anywhere. But other people, like Spartan, is very... He's a tweaker. He's like a I'm worried that he has like a shiv at all times on him. What that line from Simon Pegg out of Black Books? You know, does he have a Bowie knife hidden in his boot?
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna be nice now. I'm okay now. Hey, let's go.
And yet she still always hangs out with them because she thinks, oh, this could be good footage. Well, it is for us, just not the way she wants it.
I'm acting strange. He ran away.
Anonymous sent $3. Don't take it personal Spartan with a one last week threatening to break.
Yeah, he was. Bringing weapons and say you're gonna crush her skull, don't take it on Elsa. Somebody has, yeah.
Bringing weapons and saying you're gonna crush her skull. Don't take it out on Elisa, but somebody may have did it with you when you were young.
And look, the first thing they do is they go to a place with tons of booze. That's gonna end well. I love that jukebox back there, though. Holy shit.
Why are you here behind your back now?
Because I don't want to threaten you.
No, just sit next to me. Just
I don't know what to do with you.
Sit next to me, honey. Sit next to me. I'm gonna be so nice to you right now.
Look, man.
I'm gonna be nice to you.
Let me get on the corner. You're giving me a lot of anxiety.
I have anxiety too.
You put me through
Okay,
hell.
you're making a scene here. Yeah, we're gonna sit down.
No, please, you guys. Don't. You put me through so much shit.
Please come down. I'm having an anxiety attack.
You're going there.
Okay,
I don't even want to sit next to you. Go over there.
Okay.
Lights, camera, action. You want your language?
How many people?
Okay, no, sorry. Okay, please. Thank you.
You're never listening to other people. You're sometimes stupid.
Hold on, I'm gonna hang up on all the callers. Hey, Spartan, I just want to talk to you for a second, okay? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You got me through a nervous
I'm so
breakdown.
sorry.
You were talking to me 6 hours.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, God. Stacy, you look like delicious Aunt Jamame. I'd like to put my banana in. Like, the money can't be so good to justify going through all this. Like, Gucci's used to make a little bit of money, but ironically, she didn't need it because she's from like she'll always just get like funds sent to her from her parents. Lisa can't need this cash either. Like, she's got to have some. I don't know how she lives. I think she lives pretty well for herself. But is she really in that bad of a state? It's like if you've ever hung out with like real junkies and like real drunks. People like the way Cobes is turning into, in all fairness. Like, eventually they just you can't be in public spaces with them. Yeah, I remember I went in once with a cousin of mine to get like lunch. And he brought a friend who was so out of it that when we sat down at, like, it was just a restaurant somewhere. And we sat down, and before the waiter came over, he sat up and started taking off his fucking pants. Like, this was in the middle of the day. And he was told to leave. He wasn't even high. He hadn't even hit anything, but his brain was so turned to mush. I couldn't be around people like that, but she does it every day, and then she's shocked by how they act. Or maybe she's not shocked, and she's just a really good actress, you know?
Can you calm down?
No! They're gonna get kicked out of there so quickly.
I'm sorry, Spartan.
Sir, I apologize. It's my fault.
I'm sorry, Spartan. Spartan, can I meet you later? I'm just not feeling well right now.
I'm sorry, brother.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you gotta go.
I'm not feeling well right now. I don't feel well. I have a stomach ache.
You told me we were gonna go to a hotel
I don't.
tonight.
You're being kicked out.
You told me you were gonna do things to me, did you? For the 15th time. He always believes it.
I didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong to you.
I was gonna say it better skip soon, but it does, as far as I can tell.
Okay, wait. Just wait outside.
He's just a...
Okay.
And Gucci's gets involved?
I'm so sorry.
Yet she's still trying to low-key screw him. No, she's saying that she's screwing him. She's gonna promise to do things to him. And maybe she even did it once. But...
I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'm so sorry about that.
Woman is...
Oh my god.
Why are you shocked?
There's the light. Am I live?
This is so... Like, I would never want my life just to always have the camera on me at all times. Not that it wouldn't be very, very interesting. Like, it would just be me at this screen a lot of the time. And, you know, even when I'm out in pubs, I'm just like out in pubs, having a drink, talking to someone behind the bar, or chatting to a friend on the phone. Like, it's not exactly riveting stuff. Hell, you guys have seen me when I've streamed in some pubs on my own, you know? Especially when they're like dead. I just, I remember the last time she actually had something go her own way.
Right now. Nobody call, please.
And don't stream!
You've reached 911 emergency for the city of Los Angeles. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered by the next available operator.
See what I mean though? She's using it as content. These? It's amazing how she puts herself into these ridiculous ass situations. Yeah, and then she's shocked. It's like, Goo is usually so high or drunk that she can't tell. Elise is too wound up to get like that. She sets up these deals with these people who are clearly off their fucking rocker. She shows up, and then she's shocked that they are. It's a shocked Pikachu face meme that, you know, what are you expecting? And yet she had the fucking balls to not really hang around the IP2 van after a while. Because she said that they were all like off their heads all the time. In fact, I would hang out with her. I would. I would be like, hey Elisa, you want to go get lunch? You can stream it if you want. And then, no junkies, no tweakers, no people who have been clearly molested. Just a conversation. And she'd probably say no because that'd be boring. Or she'd probably not say it quite like that. She'd be much more like, oh, well, you know, whatever. And then she'd go off and hang out with somebody who tries to commit suicide, you know? And she'd be like, why are you acting this way? Because his name's Suicide John.
There's a guy that's... Yeah, just come now. Raffaello's. There's a guy here that's being really crazy. I just need a cop to come in here.
They're patrons at a restaurant. This is a public figure. She's better than all of you and has the right to ruin your lunch. Yeah, that's also another thing. Like, she does kind of barge into people's homes. Well, not homes, but like lives. She does scream like across the street, hey, would you date this person? And they're just like walking down the street. Nothing wrong with that on its own, but she keeps on doing it.
Can you send them now? He's outside. Yeah. I don't know. Can you come in and just look for me? My name's...
I've never actually had the guards called on me, and I've never had to call the guards.
He's screaming at me and acting really weird and crazy, and I'm scared of him. Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
But I've had bouncers kick people out because of me. Well, because like they were harassing me and shit. Not even harassing me. Like there was this one dude who was just constantly whining for money. The second I showed up, he's like, "Hey man, can I have like a euro? Have a euro?" No, you can't have a euro. I don't know who you are. Don't talk to me. Like I'm here with my friends. I don't know. But I can be your friend. Like I thought maybe something was wrong with him mentally, but he was still freaking everybody out. So eventually, bop bop, out he went. The thing was, he kept on doing it. After we told him to leave, and the barman said, "Hey you, leave him alone." He went off and just did it to another group of people. He had to be kicked out of the place. So I don't know why we just didn't speed it up.
Oh, I'm a live streamer.
They're going back to this group of women over and over again.
He's here.
Want people to play snooker with him. And then he was like, "Oh, can you get a euro? Can you get a euro?" Kind of a bit like JJ, actually. "Oh, can I have $1?"
Can you send a police officer? I'll do anything. I'll pay any amount.
What?
It's a person that's been threatening me. It's a person that's been threatening me on my YouTube show for 4 months, and he's here, and I'm really scared. And yeah. Yes, and I invited him here, but
No, leave that part out. Leave that part out.
Out of the restaurant, but he's outside. Can you send somebody here? Hispanic. Thank you. He's Hispanic.
Please just take a deep breath and answer the questions, okay?
Okay.
He's Hispanic. How old is he?
47.
What is he wearing?
A hoodie, a mask, and jeans.
What color mask? What color hoodie?
I don't know. Can you send someone now? Because I'm in the bathroom.
No, would you stop? Come on.
I don't know.
Probably.
He's my fan, and I invited him to interview.
That's not what she asked.
I invited him here so I could interview him.
Not what she asked.
He threatened to kill me many times, but I'm stupid.
Yep.
I'm a stupid idiot, so I invited him here. But he acted crazy, and I'm actually going to freak out myself. I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack right now. So is that person on their way?
Not yet.
He had something in his hand. He had a screwdriver. Please send somebody now.
Lisa, I'm gonna send the police, okay? Do you know what
Jesus, frustrated as I'd be.
Okay, alright, bye. Okay, come now. Alright, bye.
What did she just freak out her own shadow? I'm gonna skip on ahead to where the cop shows up.
He was just acting very strange, and he got kicked out of this restaurant because he was like screaming and being very volatile.
Okay.
So can you go get him and
Well, we'll see. We'll try to establish. Did he threaten you or do anything?
He's threatened me. I could show you like 1,000 threats he sent towards me.
Yeah, he did do that. Like he is unhinged as fuck. It's just why do you keep inviting him back? Like it's just so stupid. Like just don't keep doing it. There's so many other people who are less likely to wear your skin as a fucking as a new mask.
Okay, great. Okay, here, can you sit next to me?
Look, see, she sent up like a fucking shot.
So the guy's name?
Anonymous sent $3. Imagine being a cop caller on IP2 and not getting kicked off the network.
It is true. Like you don't want a lot of people looking at the IP2 crowd. You'll find a lot of people who have warrants out on them.
Imagine lying to the police saying someone has a weapon. Cop calling is wrong.
He kind of does have a weapon, though, doesn't he? He's threatened to have a weapon. Wait, is he not actually in the crowd?
I will leave. Can the police escort me? Can we take your food to go? I remember you. We took a picture together, all three of us. 3 cops, right? Yeah.
Oh god, the cop from before. She's called them so often.
2 cops, yeah. Okay, let's go to my apartment. Stacy, where's Stacy? Stacy. Wait, where's my friend Stacy?
She's probably very smartly left you. Disturbing dark side of streaming IP2. Yep. But is that really like, or nope? Something new? Gucci's clip, maybe? 2 weeks ago. No, that's not it. I could have sworn there was some other stuff. I'll have a look at the list. I would, if that was what streaming was like for everyone, I would just not be involved. Like, it is fascinating to pop your head in and like seeing the crazy. It's just, oh, Cobes. All right, we'll get Cobes. Oh, that's not. Oh, well, there's something for Thursday. Oh, TK Bantus finally released his bully video. That's cool. He's been talking about that for a while now. Oh, we gotta look at that too on Thursday. Holy well healing powers beyond the grave. Oh god. Literally. But I cannot find what it was. I'm not even sure who exactly it was towards. I mean, here's some fucking maybe two, but oh yeah.
So, I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that in a recent interview, Liam Neeson threw a little bit of shame at Disney. So, Liam Neeson, who of course plays Qui-Gon Jinn and appeared most recently in the finale for Obi-Wan, was in an interview.
Spoilers!
He was asked about appearing in a Disney Plus Star Wars project all about Qui-Gon Jinn, and Liam Neeson said quite simply, no, he's not interested, and more specifically, that he feels like Star Wars is being diluted by so many sort of unique spin-offs, and that it's taken away from a bit of movie magic. Now, admittedly, Liam Neeson has described...
There is a truth to that. I mean, I remember when Star Wars was the movie franchise, and now it's just like, whatever. Like, to me, movies were movies like Star Wars. They were so big, massive events. One would come out every, like, 5 years or so, and it would just, like, be like, what? And then you got all the movies, and you got the TV shows, the games, the books. I'm currently rereading Pelagius right now. Hell of a book. But yeah, after a while it does start to get a little bit like the comic book movies. They're just kind of overlapping. My tomato seeds are germinating. I got Lessie Yellow, Black Cherry, Rudy Mermaid, Time Cold, Cherry Fall, Growing. Hell yeah! And I hope you haven't had any more water main problems.
Described himself previously as someone who doesn't really care about TV and a bit of a movie snob, but I understand where he's coming from, even if I don't necessarily agree. Well, I think saying I disagree is maybe going a bit too far. I don't think right now they're at the point where it's taking away from the movie magic, but if you're going to give everyone and their dog, if you're going to make a Qui-Gon Jinn spinoff, then yeah, we're going too much into the universe there, I think. I do also want to note, I don't think this is necessarily accurately being reported on. If you watch the clip, which is from Andy Cohen's late night show.
Would I want every person, every character to have their own spin-off? No. Grow some secret weed too. Well, don't say it, because then if anyone ever checks it out.
you'll see that the question is specifically about his own show. I wouldn't be surprised if there's, for example, a second season of Kenobi to see him appear. That's one thing he mentioned specifically as really enjoying having done. And in the past, he's also seemed even eager to appear in a movie for Star Wars. So while this definitely was a blast across the Disney Plus,
you know why there's fewer movies now of like the Star Wars stuff? Not just because the last set were like total trash, but because it's cheaper to do the shows and it gives you more money over a longer period of time. Yeah, that's fair. I actually do kind of side with him on that. The thing is, I'm a degen who actually likes so much of this lore. I've hit the point in my life now where I actually love all the politics leading up to the Clone Wars. And that's what Plagius is mostly about. And I want more of that. I find like the CIS, the Confederacy, be a fascinating society. Like a whole idea, and other ones too. I want to see other settings. That's why I love Andor. Andor is brilliant. Oh, but a lot of people would roll their eyes and go, "Okay, this isn't all that interesting." And it is to me. Lizard. Oh, is this where he kisses the lizard? He kisses someone's lizard. That's not a metaphor too.
What up, YouTube?
What up,
I
tubes?
got some alcohol courtesy of one of my fans who sent it. They sent me the money.
My still cutting back. I see. My drinking break lasted longer than his. Wait, I've watched this, or at least I watched it live. Ooh.
I am. And at this point, all you can do is wait.
All they had to do was follow the books that were written. Luke trained new generation of Jedi. One of his pupils tempted that dark side. Shit was epic. And we got Seeker. I think that they did a terrible job of introducing Thrawn into a show that was more kiddish than the Clone Wars. Rebels was geared towards a younger audience. Thrawn should have appeared live action and will eventually appear live action, and we should see his entire arc. I've actually, once I'm finished with Plagius, I've got a whole, which also could be a really good series, a mini one-off series. But I would love to see the Thrawn books in full, because I've got them all lined up here, including how Thrawn dies, which, yeah, that's pretty neat.
Patiently and just keep doing your thing, you know.
I'm okay in theory with the blue milk thing. I just think like how he actually ascends into the Force, yeah. But the thing is, it wasn't the whole storyline. If you really want to be technical, the entirety of the Star Wars movie arc, all 9 of them, plus all the side ones too, is Palpatine's story. It's not the Skywalkers. It's definitely not Anakin. It's not, which you could argue to a degree until the newer one. It's Palpatine, because he's the one that influences everything. You're in Palpatine's world, or you're playing Palpatine's game. You're responding to Palpatine. Palpatine's everything. He's the one that moves fucking mountains. And eventually he loses, because movies, I guess. But I just think that, like, focus could have been better shot between these films. Because, like, the prequels were lambasted. And a lot of that was overturned as the years go on. But no one still likes Jar Jar. Jar Jar needed to be removed. Fucking Ewoks needed to be removed. Anakin's actor was obnoxious as fuck. Doing Star Wars, I consider it all fan fiction. Yep. Although he appears in Mandalorian, Luke, and it's pretty good. He's in an intro and a couple of times now actually. Even has an overlap with Ahsoka. Looking forward to seeing what they do with Ahsoka. I didn't like Ahsoka when she first appeared, but she grew on me over the years. I suppose we watched her evolve and grow as a person. Kind of. She doesn't really evolve nearly as much as I'd like her to. Still a bit too much of a Mary Sue, but there's like a character beneath her that I find really interesting. I only get to see it a few times throughout the Clone Wars, so I'd like to see it in Ahsoka. But I think they need to stop being so pussy and recreate KOTOR. Not just remaster the game, but actually like have a TV show or have a movie series that relives KOTOR. I know it'll be a hard sell. It's set before all the Skywalkers and shit. But look what they're doing with Fire and Blood, with the Dance of the Dragons. You can make this shit work. I just think that the world needs to be reintroduced to Kreia. Once we see Kreia's side of it, you're like, oh shit, the Force kind of sucks. No, fuck the Force. And it'll make all the other movies and all the other material really interesting. And don't bring up the MMO. The MMO is pure trash.
That's the way I look at it from my perspective and my situation. The chicks don't want it. That's their fucking loss, dude. Believe that. Oh, I wonder who it could be this time.
Mandalorian was pretty great. Hey, look, he's actually wearing real boy trousers for once. He's popular today.
Nice. See my new little dude? Oh, hell yeah. That's cool. Is that real? Yeah, he's real. Oh, that's cool, dude. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Oh, his floor is starting to look pretty messed up.
Yeah, I'm loving him, dude. He's cool. Fuck yeah, dude. He's very cool. Come over to see Josh. Hump up. I named him.
Boba Fett, I have to say that a lot of flack towards Boba Fett is justified. It did become Mandalorian 2.0 because people said that like it was like Boba isn't an engaging character. Well, fuck you. Tell that to nerds in the 80s and 90s who like would obsess over every frame he was ever in.
Puff. Hey, Puff. Let's sit him right here. Oh, that's so cool. Can I hold him? Yeah. Hey. He's cool. Man. Oh my goodness, you are so cute. Oh, he's cute. Oh my god.
Bite him. Bite him.
Oh my god, YouTube. Look at Ian's new lizard.
Whoa.
That's so cool, dude. Hey, Puff.
Yeah, I still don't like that.
Yeah. You know, so like I just got him out of his tank. He's at 100 degrees in his tank. Oh yeah.
People shouldn't have pets.
That's so cool, dude. Hell yeah. Where'd you get him? Jenny found him.
Chair bugs are shaking in their boots. Yeah, I can clean up the place.
I got a glass that's full if you want to help me drink half of it. What do you got going on? It's jalapeno bacon vodka with Mountain Dew.
Oh, what he described was just not good. Jalapeno and bacon vodka with Mountain Dew.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna close that window so you don't get cold, buddy.
You should film some next time you see him there, Retta. Looks like you got a Valentine's after all.
Look at that. We got a bearded dragon. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, okay. You know, I'll stroke your chin.
I'm not the same guy that I was. I didn't even go through half the shit that you went through. I'm not the same guy I was even 10 years ago when we started doing this. You know, you live and you learn and you make mistakes, and hopefully you actually have the wherewithal to look within and learn from those mistakes instead of blaming everybody else and then wondering why on the back nine you can't win the game. That's why they call it skeet shooting.
Fuck is he on about? Weird. Imperium versus... Wait, what? Imperium of Man versus Skaven. Did someone mod... Here, Cheeto complains Edward Kim never donated to him, says he hates him. Ha! Video. You already had a look at it, Lisa. Blade wants segs, punches him. Blade wants to sleep. Aspects to end stream. Wait, she punches him?
Baby, I love you.
I was really surprised that Friend R didn't remember Blade.
What's up with that?
Blade needs to be a warning of what alcohol will do to you.
Can I ask for a sec?
Obviously not, because we both know that your cum was never on my mouth.
Wow, you're.
What? What do you mean?
Wait, what?
I love you. What's up with that sex? Can I ask for a sec?
Can I have some sex? With a side order of sex. I'd like one order of sex, please. Next time I hook up with someone, I need to say that to them. Hey baby, can I have an order of sex with extra sex? And that'll be a guarantee that I'm going on a sex diet.
We both know that your cum was never on my mouth.
Wow, you're.
What? What do you mean?
I want to have sex with you. I want to penetrate you, you polo bitch.
Penetrate you.
Yeah.
Don't, ladies. Is this a man you wish for you to be penetrated by?
Can I have sex with you? Consent.
Got into the. I'm picturing Blade outside of like a frat house party, and he just like starts to talk to random people, like he brings his own booze, like he's out in the lawn, and then they're like, "Hey man, we're gonna go inside." Yeah, let's go in. All right, yeah, cool. And then the guy at the door, sorry, who are you? Oh, I'm just with them. I'm just gonna go. No, hold on. What's your name? Yeah, we know who they are. Sorry, you vouch for this guy? Well, we were just talking to him out there. Yep, he's not on the list. No, he's not on the list. Sorry, man. You know, whatever. I'll catch you around. I'll check out that YouTube channel you mentioned. Yeah, what's it? IP1 or something? No.
Jando have donated $3. Beck, I just gotta ask, do your kids ever watch the streams, and if so, what do they think of them?
They don't care. It's never again, never again, never again.
One of my sons had watched it in the past. That was on the RV stream.
Yeah, because they were looking for like Chicken Andy and.
23-year-old.
They don't care about that.
I can't believe I had a drink with a guy who went toe to toe with Captain Content at a competition, a guitar competition once. I wonder what that guy's doing. He's on Instagram.
I want to go to sleep. Hi, Beck.
You just wanted to have sex with someone, now you want to go to sleep? Normally you have to have sex first and then you want to go to sleep.
I'm really beyond this pact of things I've figured out. Oh, yeah.
Like me, he gets really tired when he gets drunk. But unlike me, he makes a damn jackass of himself anyway. I wonder if he got his shoes back after he got them stolen. Is he eating the air?
I'm really lit. I got really lit, Beck. And I love you. Can I be real lit with you? Hey, be real lit with you. Boop, 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 boop.
There's gonna come a point where he's just like, he just pisses her off so much. And here's another case of someone who's going bald and just needs to shave it off.
Baby, I really want to sleep with you.
You want to
escape us or you want to sleep with me? I'm really confused.
Yes, I want to escape with you.
Escape with me?
Yeah, goddamn right.
I want to run away from the terrible relationship I'm in. Wait, that's what you. Can we have sex? This is all breaking down now. The only, like I said, the only people left are like JJ, who I really think are gonna do okay, at least for now. But you've got, she is way above. I know earlier I was saying like, that like the idea of rating people, but I just think that it might actually apply here for him. Vegan patriot asses touch strangers' balls. Fuck yeah. Watch that afterwards, and then we'll find something not lolcow related. Unless you guys have suggestions, let's check Discord. If you've got anything you want us to watch, by the way.
Let me suck your dick.
Is he? Dumb! That's what I say when I try to suck my girlfriend's dick. Huh. Progressive.
I gotta go in there and tell him. Apparently I gotta go pee. Faggot.
Oh, ladies, what's stopping you from getting a man like this? Respect, dignity. All those things should be thrown to the wayside. The average dude online who calls a woman mid.
Are you ready for the No. Okay. Steam off. Oh, Bex. I'm gonna can't sleep. I'm sorry, can't sleep.
This is the
I don't know how to explain to him. You guys are. I don't know.
Wow, we're not letting that play.
Big fucking strap on donated $3. Beck put a big black strap on your fuck blade up the ass. Fucking so hard making scream.
Ow! Ow! What the fuck? Don't punch me like that, bitch.
I didn't punch you.
Bitch, don't.
This is making me glad that I'm single right now. Look at his body. His arms are so thin, but his gut is so big.
End the stream then. End the stream then. You're all so high and mighty. End the stream then.
Just leave him. He can't be making so much money that you need him for like a house or a home. Just go. He's broken. You're gonna find him like just passed out on the ground somewhere.
No, I don't understand then.
Like he won't be able to resuscitate him.
You're mean.
Wow.
You're a meanie.
Alright, Big Chungus donated $3. Beck donated
Always trust Big Chungus.
Blade sleep, but keep it going so we get his nighttime screams. The shit he says is hilarious. Hard.
Nighttime does he have night terrors? Of course he has night terrors. Ass.
Forensic proctologist donated $3.
Alright.
Yeah, it is.
Beck, do you agree that Blade has the body shape of a real life Lego figure? Too many curves.
I'm not a screamer. I don't want the fucking camera on me when I'm sleeping. What do I get out of that? Here.
Money.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I've done sleep streams before, but I've never done it with a partner. He does have a kidney disease. He's had kidney failure. Like, he's got liver spots all over him. He lost his toe. He almost died on stream once.
I did.
Like he's completely fucked up.
Oh my god, we're gonna get too lit today. Let's get lit, but in positive way, like just destroy shit.
Let's get lit, but in a positive way. Let's destroy shit.
In a positive way?
Yes.
No, not the opposite. The opposite of what you did.
Yeah, whatever Blade was doing, do the opposite of that.
Hey, she likes to smell your vagina.
Can I touch your balls?
Can I touch your ball? Oh, what the fuck am I saying? Holy shit. Hey!
Wait, Vegan Patriot's the one who did the porn video where they're in the glory hole, wasn't it?
Hey, you guys say LGBT? What's good? Your shirt says boring in the back. This is boring.
Touch your balls?
She wants to touch your balls. She wants to touch your balls. She wants to touch your balls.
When I was in a car with Raisin, Two Guns, Magicus, and John Morgan, we just talked about whatever. We didn't like pull down the windows and be like, "Oh, to touch your balls," and that's why these are the cool kids and we were the nerds.
Oh! Oh! She would have grabbed it too.
Ball sack, ball sack, ball sack, ball
You
sack.
got the feet right. Yeah. Whatever she does, you could do double.
Whoa.
Just see it like that. But
Whoa, gang.
it has to be somebody we don't know though.
Has to be someone we don't know.
Then issues. We're gonna have issues. Do you know how to control it? I'll have to.
He nailed it.
That's gonna be your job.
These motherfuckers need fucking Taco Bell ASAP.
Bitch! That's what Strokoff says. Dick Richie, what's up?
Lily.
Oh.
Probably. April May, I hope so, but I don't know, like, he'll probably... He's gonna miss out. He's gonna miss out if he does it.
Alright, we have to see what this is.
Today. We're gonna go try to look for Drake's house. Oh, I know where it's at. Where they're gonna party, but...
Spoiler, but naked man chases people with toilet plunger at hotel.
I'll be walking the field. My news, let me talk to them. Media, my friends at the media, paparazzis, they're gonna be there. They were there yesterday, so they know the info. And he's gonna try to sneak me in. That's why we're dressed kind of like crazy as fuck, you know. But yeah.
I told you to be crazy over here.
What?
Now, there's always people getting naked for whatever reason, going out in public, doing something.
Could you imagine getting naked for any reason? Outrageous.
Getting themselves arrested, then it makes the news, then it makes our show. It is time for a naked story. Here we go.
Naked story.
Someone decided to get naked. It's time for another naked story on the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show with
Oh my god, I love this.
Mikey and Big Bab.
This naked story from Des Moines, Iowa. A 21-year-old man is accused of running naked through a hotel with a toilet plunger and pulling fire alarms.
That was in Pittsburgh. Wait, was that in Pittsburgh?
Like, why the fire
No.
alarms? I don't know.
Did you want the attention?
Right.
If you're locked out of your hotel room and the only thing you got is a plunger, like, I feel like you're trying
How did you get in that situation to begin with?
Hold on. Do you think that's what happened? Do you think this guy clogged a toilet at the hotel? And it was one of those times where you're going to the bathroom and you're like, all right, I'm going to be here for a while. I'm going to do some work. All the clothes are coming.
Fully naked, yeah.
I'm fully naked on the toilet, going to the bathroom, and then...
I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I need to be fully naked. The robe set comes off when I'm sitting out, or like a jacket comes off when I'm sitting on the toilet because... But fully naked? I've seen people like that, but they're usually so fucking out of it that they don't even know where they are.
The toilet clogs, and do hotels have toilet plungers? I don't think all hotels have toilet plungers.
I've been to hotels that have toilet plungers.
I never thought about that. Hotels don't have toilet plungers.
He brought his own.
You gotta call for
You
it,
gotta
right?
call,
Yeah.
I would think. I mean, if you clog a toilet in a hotel, you're not gonna.
I
You
definitely
know.
clogged a toilet in a hotel before I've had to call for the plunger.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
You're right. They're not just available.
No, it's not like you're getting a toilet plunger in every hotel room. I don't.
That
think.
should be one of the when you're on Booking.com. One of the amenities should be toilet plunger. Next place I go to, I gotta find to see if they have a toilet plunger.
Hotel toilet plunger came from. All right. Either way, we have a naked guy running through the the hotel with a toilet plunger, pulling fire alarms. The man approached a victim in the 18th floor stairwell.
Victim.
At the Marriott downtown in Des Moines, Iowa, with the toilet
Des
plunger.
Moines.
The naked man yelled at the victim, "I'm going to bleeping get you," and started chasing him. That's
a nightmare.
It's a nightmare. An absolute nightmare.
Horrible.
I mean, it's one of those things that is a nightmare at the time, but then, like, months and years later.
Yeah, that's gonna be like a story you're gonna tell for years. Well, there was this time at the Marriott there in Des Moines where a naked guy chased me around with a plunger down the hall.
Later, you have the greatest hotel story ever. Yeah, I was just checking in, and then, you know, I was going down because my floor didn't have an ice machine, so I had to go to the 18th floor.
All of a sudden, I hear footsteps behind me.
I'm in the stairwell.
Naked guy with a toilet plunger.
Naked guy with a. I'm gonna bleep and get you.
Get me.
Like, there is not many things more terrifying than being chased as a man with a toilet plunger while he's naked, right? That is a
Kind of reminds me of the scene from American Psycho where he's chasing the woman down the corridor naked except for a pair of like running shoes and a chainsaw.
startling thing to encounter anywhere, let alone a hotel stairwell.
When you first said naked guy with toilet plunger, I pictured him using a toilet plunger as like a crotch cover of some kind.
Wait, you have him wearing the toilet
like that's what I when you
That's a very good toilet plunger.
Hold on. So the part of the toilet plunger that you put in the toilet, like the black rubbery end.
Yeah, that's like underwear. That's front underwear.
He has that on, so he's wearing it. Wait, hold on. You said stick, by the way, right? The stick, the toilet plunger stick. So we have a Pinocchio situation here now.
Running through the hallways.
He wants to lie about his size, so he only shows it via silhouette. He also has one of ordinary sausages in the same way. Ordinary sausage. All right, now we watched the live stream. Well, I watched the live stream. Wow, I forgot he did things. Let's have a look at the videos then. Hidden Valley Ranch. Big bucket of Auntie Anne's pretzels with cheese sausage. Alright. Alright. We'll watch these two. Then I'll play it by ear. As it's 1 o'clock, or it'll be 1 o'clock by the time of this. 1 a.m. And I'm still stunned, absolutely stunned at the sheer lack of copyright claim on this yet. For some reason I thought this would be it. Wait, Captain Conton's live right now? Okay, Captain, let's see how sad you are. Like, how sad you look. Oh yeah.
Because the perception of a singer is...
Fire sales with Lewis.
That's what's wrong with music, is that people see the singer as like the front man, the face. But
and that person couldn't be Asian for something.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the singer, at the end of the day, is
Wait,
just
what?
a member of the band. He's not better than anybody. It's just the media makes the singer like the face, but
it's not the media, Lewis. It's just
it
like,
is the media, dude. Of course it is.
It depends. It depends. All right, chat. What would you say about this situation? Would the is it the media who makes the singer the head of it, or is it just like the natural like progression that a band is formed and the singer has to be the one in the front of the band, the head of the band, the leader of the band? Because in all fairness, it could be the drummer, it could be the bass player or the keyboard player or anyone. It could also be no one. They could have no leader whatsoever. What do you guys think in the chat?
Important part of a fucking song, any song. Is it the guitar part? Is it the drums? Is it the bass?
It's subjective.
Or
man.
is it usually, mostly usually, the vocals, the melody?
That's not. I don't believe that. I don't think that person is.
Sing me a song, Lewis. Are you gonna do? Beep, 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 beep?
Yeah, that's true too.
It depends on the band, of course, dude. It's
obviously if it's a jazz band, there's no lyrics, so the frontman is gonna be Charlie Parker or.
But then you could have a song that's just a song, you know? I don't think there shouldn't be a leader of a band. Yeah, because you could do both. Like Adele, for example, doesn't she have like a band that backs her up? But who do we think of? Well, we think of her being a singer. And what would you consider like someone like, say, Lady Gaga, who can play the piano? Well, we think of her as a singer, but she can also play the piano. There should be a leader of the band. But do you think that automatically should always be the singer? If you've got, like, say, 5 people and each of them do a different instrument, but one of them sings, should he be or she be a center of the band? Or should it be... If so, why? You know?
Whoever the main act is, usually there is a front man, there is like a lead.
There is a front man, but I'm just arguing that the singer is not like, it's not like
the Beatles.
He's not.
Who are the front man?
It doesn't matter, dude. It's not. He's not
Ringo. He's the one who's gonna outlive them all.
All of them are, dude. All of them are like the Beatles.
Yes.
The Beatles is a band where it's not just the singer.
But who are the most? Yeah, and Ringo was so charismatic. He was able to pull something that very few drummers have pulled in music history, which is to be as relevant in the band, almost as relevant.
No. The jokes that Ringo was like the least interesting and likable of them. Not likable, but like the most beloved by the fans, especially the fangirls. They didn't go out of their way to find... Good vocals are nothing without the music, guitar, drum, bass. Yeah, but you can't really have... You don't always have songs without actual, like, lyrics, right? Like, the best songs have lyrics. You see, this is the thing, like, it is subjective. There are obviously cases besides that. You've got, not just jazz, but, like, electronica, for example. Well, just acoustics, you know? But then you can get vocals, so it's, it's argument to be made either way. I don't really fall one side or the other, but I didn't expect to actually... I expected to hear, like, some sort of, like, just slur or him talking about another person, you know? Interesting idea.
Singers.
And if so, why is the vocalist usually the one put in front of it? Is it because the vocalist is the only person whose skill does not require, in theory, an instrument? A vocalist is taking their body and doing it. And we're like praising him as the instrument himself, which takes him a step above. Or is it because most singers are like more outgoing and expressive, so they're usually better at being like, you know, like Freddie Mercury, for example. There's an argument to be made either way. Interesting. Okay, Cool. Didn't plan for that, but those look really nice right now. Maybe not as pretzels, but as little tiny like burger buns or hot dog buns. They could be really nice. That's a little tiny bucket of hot dog buns.
Well, hey there, folks, and
Wow.
welcome back.
I can't look at cheese dip without thinking of Cobes doing all those terrible things to his Domino's cheese dip. He drinks from them like little shot glasses. Goes everywhere. Ah!
I guess. Oh, we got a clinger. A big bucket of Auntie Anne's pretzel bites. They're doughy, they're salty, they're buttery. God, I hope that's butter. And we're gonna turn it into a sausage. You know, I don't think
It's mung. That's what it is. Auntie was very happy, so she squatted over it, and the rest is history.
they specify how many of these pretzel bites there are. What do you
There's
say
a
we
lot of
count?
them.
1, 2, 3. This is gonna be a long video. 4, 50, 86, and 87 pretzel bites. I thought there would have been at least 100, but you know, I'm the sucker for spending $46 on this.
I beg your pardon. $46 for a bunch of pretzels that aren't even pretzel shaped. Now, if they were, I was gonna say if they were sausage rolls, but no. No, if those were the little mini sausage rolls you get around about Christmas, you can get a pack of them for like €2.
Including these cheeses, though. How you doing, Mr. Cheese? Wow, that's a whole lot of cheese missing. That's a big air pocket of cheese. I'm not sure
dear.
if that's enough cheese to actually do anything to all these pretzels. All right,
But there's
let's
so
give it a
many.
taste test. How are they still in business? I'm
Yeah,
debating whether
they
or
look.
not to add the cheese mix now or after, because
Pretzels are good, I guess, when you're at a bar and you're just like wanting something salty to bite into, but like when I'm in New York and I want to go to a food cart, I don't go to get a pretzel, I go to get a fucking hot dog.
I really don't.
$46 fucking dollars.
Grind well, but you
Someone
know,
donate
let's
to me
see what
$46. I'm not gonna get. I promise you, I won't spend it on
You
pretzels.
gotta be kidding me. I think the cheese is gonna need to act as a lubricant. Come on, you pretzel. Oh, it's on my arm.
It's helping. Oh my god.
Oh, it did. Oh, we gotta transfer.
His poop is just gonna be a one solid mass. He'll inflate like the gecko from earlier, and then as he's on the toilet, he'll deflate.
Yep. Ooh, it's still warm. Wait a second. Now that's thinking with your noodle.
Ah.
We're gonna scrape out some of this cheese and really get our money's worth out of this. I'm reserving one for dunking. But
Looks like spaghetti.
found the sausage I'm looking for.
No. It's 'cause I still haven't found what I'm sausaging. Oh bollocks! He was right. Doesn't match. You win this round, sausage man. Like me with my coffee earlier.
Tube on this one. Normally when it comes to bread, we don't like thick sausages, but I really think low and slow in the toaster oven has been our saving grace for a multitude of sausages.
There won't be that much moisture in this stuff.
That's the pretzel water? In 3, 2, 1, let's sausage! It's gonna be a tough sausage.
Yeah. Oh.
It's
This is why you
almost
need
like eating the riblets at Applebee's.
This is why you need more fiber in your diet, kids.
It's working slowly but surely. Without all that cheese.
This is how Play-Doh is made.
Come out of the tube. It's coming over the sides. All right, I can't turn it anymore. I think we've reached the end. By the way, if the CEO of Auntie Anne's is watching this, and all of a sudden you start selling these pretzel sausages, I'm gonna sue. It's so solid. I'm afraid to cook it anyway. Which special
Looks so heavy.
Cheese Mark Boxalo box artist?
This guy. Hi, Jeff.
Lack of a will it blow is sponsored by Helix Sleep. Helix.
The fuck it is.
HelixSleep.com/ordinarysausage and get a
I do think in a year or two I should get a new mattress. When I got my new bed, I didn't get a new mattress. I just got the new fittings and fixtures. A good solid mattress should last you well over 10 years.
mattress.
So, it pays to pay, you know?
Quite frankly, I'm not sure how I'm gonna get it out of there. What if we...
Ow!
We're giving ourselves a handicap.
Yeah, you are.
So, it did manage to blow with only 10% of it left. I'm gonna
Doesn't count.
give that, will it blow?
No. Awesome picture, but...
If I
Yeah.
can get this puck out in one piece, I'm gonna eat it.
Aw. It looks like one of those cheap frozen burgers you get in a cardboard box, like a pack of 8.
Come to me, you puck of deliciousness. Oh yeah, we're gonna fry this up and eat it.
Yeah, put a bit of butter on it.
Oh,
No.
we gotta turn the heat down.
No.
And burned on the other side as well. Come on. Okay, we're gonna put this on the lowest setting yet we've done for sausages. We'll do 250 for 30 minutes. All right, we're a little over the halfway mark.
Ruffalo.
I'm gonna add 15 more minutes to it. It smells like an Auntie Anne's in there. Well, all right, let's open it up and see how we did. Oh, that looks flavorless. Here we go! It kind of tastes like the bun. This is why we reserve that cheese. Oh, yeah. All right.
I want a burger now, but like a really cheap burger. Like one of the frozen ones I mentioned. A stack of them. I just want to eat them till I'm not hungry anymore. And I'm not really that hungry. I think I've been eating too much healthy, fiberish food that my body's like, hi, we need some meat. What kind of meat? I've actually been thinking about a lot of meat as of late, which is not a sexual metaphor, oddly enough. Oh, they come in different ways. I'm thinking on Wednesday I'll just get myself some cheapo bread, some cheapo cheese, cheapo sauce, which will be useful in other things, and some cheapo burgers, and that what I'll eat on Wednesday. Sounds good. Well, it won't be good at all. It tastes like arse, but it'll be cheap. In fact, I should be able to get the bread on in the reduced style. They always have baked goods there. I can pick what I want. Wraps, actual like mini burger wrap things. It's a work in progress.
Oh, yeah, that cheese is where it's at. We're gonna fix this sausage.
I can save her.
All right, here we go again. Well, that cheese is this sausage's saving grace. Without it, it's pretty plain. It sort of tastes like a pretzel, but it mostly tastes like bread. And of course, we can't forget about the puck. Ah, that puck tastes like a slightly burned pancake. I personally
Looks like a slightly burnt, good bit burnt pancake.
wrong. We should have had more cheese per pretzel bite. You know, that's on me, but, you know, they only sell them in packs of 6. So without the cheese, this sausage would be like a 2 out of 5. With the cheese, I'm gonna have to pump that number up to a 3.5 out of 5. This is like a 1.
Pepto-Bismol.
With all that cheese, though, it you know, that really turns this sausage into something edible.
Which is kind of defeats the purpose. There's nothing really going on. Still, glad he's happy. Meanwhile,
Seasoned shredded dried pork. Maybe we've been wrong the entire time we've been making sausages. And there it is. It tastes like dried barbecued shredded pork. But of course we won't be making a dry sausage. We'll reconstitute this with some water. I'm putting the gloves on for this. It's looking porky. And we're gonna give this a little hand stuffing because, you know, are we gonna give, you know what? No, I'm backtracking. We're throwing it in the sausage stuffer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh, good God, that's, oh! I should have hand stuffed it. That's gonna come up in therapy. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Let's sausage.
That's re-sausage. Ugh. It looks alive.
Son of a. If you're first.
On the live stream, he said that he actually he was shocked to find some people watch this with their families, so he doesn't tend to swear, but it still kind of creeps in.
Instinct is to hand stuff it, then by.
I've been asked by people like, would it be okay to watch this with kids on like my shows, and I'm like, no, 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 no.
You should hand stuff it.
Ugh.
This is gonna take a little bit of time. That's a sausage you can bring home to mama. This end's like super dry and this end's super wet. But here we go! Well, I mean, I guess it's done. Let's open it up and see how we did.
Wow!
Oh my God! It still looks dry. Let's try the other end.
What?
They look the same. All right, I suppose we don't need a hot dog bun to try this. Here we go! It tastes like the driest pulled pork you've ever had from like 3 weeks ago. There's some funky flavors.
They took it back from the restaurant in like the little styrofoam tub thing, and he just left it on the counter with it opened. Not even any sauce.
Give the shredded dry pork a 2 out of 5.
Bop, bop, bop. I'll tell you, sometimes he makes me hungry, other times he doesn't. This was a case where he did not make me. Ooh. Now, Atomic Heart. That's a game I'm looking forward to watching the final girlie play. Alright.
Well, there's a lot of Super Bowl stuff coming out.
This is Cinema Snob, but he does food too.
Here I was, about ready to do an episode on the chili cheese beer, when Domino's decided it was gonna throw a bunch of their toppings on some tater tots. I'll give that an edge over when Papa John's scooped their toppings off of a pizza and put it into a bowl. Sorry, chili cheese beer, gotta hide you.
Which is what's his name said. The Weekly Review dude, the scrawny dude in the suit who's like talks like Oxhorn.
In the radiator again, and I'll get to you later. So the loaded tots come in 3 different flavors. There's of course loaded cheddar bacon, because at least one of them's gotta have bacon on it. The
Hell
Philly
yeah.
cheesesteak, and also my mafia name, Melty 3 Cheese.
Melty 3 Cheese. Sounds like the weirdest name for a rapper ever. Melty 3 Cheese.
I was never much of a tater tots guy. I love about all other forms of potatoes, but I don't know, tater tots, I always found them too sweaty with a bad aftertaste.
Mom
It could
spaghetti.
be that maybe our school cafeteria just made them wrong. Looking at these though, this is exactly how I imagined it would look if the Noid took a crap. Let's start out with the simplest one, the Melty 3 Cheese, with cheddar, Alfredo, and provolone, I believe. Hang on, let me... Oh, that's thick. Oh,
And I could get
breakfast.
this, I think.
Oh, well, Is it, it is better than my school cafeteria.
Would I get this? Melty treat cheese. Aww. No. American only. Because it's for the Super Bowl. That sucks. Although I'm nowhere near a Domino's, so when I was in Dublin, when I was really fat, I used to get Domino's nearly every week.
I'll go ahead and give it that. I mostly do taste the incredibly thick toppings, and I don't want to get full or all clogged up before
Yeah,
I get
you
to
could
it.
add any sauces you want. You can add any toppings you want. But, you know, if you're gonna order a Domino's, why would you add to it? Just have it as it is. You're in a rush, right? The only reason anyone really orders out, it's because they can't make this stuff like super fast. If they can make it super fast, then why it's called fast food? At least that's my theory behind it. I don't have a pizza oven around here.
The other two, and spread these out through the week. No, that's
That clean your mouth,
It
Brad.
It is mushy.
There we go.
It is mushy.
He missed it.
Very, very.
He spread it onto his
very
mustache.
greasy, and all those things are pretty appropriate for a Super Bowl tie-in product. Let's go to the one I'm looking forward to the most, the Philly cheesesteak. Luckily, it is not hard at all to get a bite with every single ingredient on the fork. Yeah, there's the onions, the cheesesteak, the green peppers. I dig it.
I've always wondered how he stays so skinny ever since he lost the weight, and yet he eats like this is kind of his lunch nearly every day. He doesn't really work out that much, and as you can see here, he like goes to the movie theater a lot to get the buckets for the tie-in movies, which we don't do that over here, and I am very annoyed about that.
Better than the other one. I'll tell you why. Sometimes I do
That
get
one's
Domino's.
square.
I do like Domino's. They're spinach feta bread, definitely. But sometimes I am in the mood for my favorite item on their menu, the Philly cheesesteak pizza. And this is
That does
all
sound
of
good.
that, but with the bonus of being on fried potatoes. It's so... the grease mushes it up so much. And, I'm sure you caught that, some of the pieces that fall off of my facial hair, that it kind of does taste like they just went ahead and put all of the toppings on some diced up breakfast potatoes.
Don't need to
or
zoom in
hash
this
browns.
close, buddy.
I'm so full already. I wasn't even that hungry to begin with, and my heart already hates me. So let's go to the cloggiest looking one we have left, the loaded bacon cheddar. I'm
Oh,
not gonna
God.
lie, so far the Noid's feces have been delicious.
I was waiting for when he flings he accidentally flings it at the camera.
Oh yeah.
This is just turning into my whole streams has turned into lol cow stuff and food. I'm okay with this.
Tastes like the 3 cheese one with bacon on it. I'll tell you what else it tastes like. Tastes like the 5 miles I'm gonna put on the treadmill after this.
There you go.
The 10 miles I will after our Super Bowl party. Okay, so the best one, and it's the one I figured I would like the best too, is the Philly cheesesteak.
I've been letting the treadmill slack a little bit. I should do something tomorrow. I'm so happy that I just got down a size in jeans that I should really, do what I can to keep going with that.
That particular pizza.
Not that I'm
You'll
eating
like
anything
this.
extra. It's
The 3 cheese one is good, and it's definitely the one that I'll be giving to Laura since she's the vegetarian. The bacon one,
I think she's not
blind
vegan.
test tastes like someone put a plate of loaded fries on your table. And
That
they're
looks
about
nice.
$6 each. You get your money's worth there. Alright, thanks so much for watching, everyone. And yes, later in the week I will try the chili cheese beer. Until then, subscribe to us today.
He's dressing more and more like he's homeless, which is odd because he lives in a really nice house. Alright. I stole a lot of content today. A lot of content.
On you.
Ooh, do I steal one more content? Even though the context of this, yeah, fuck it. Charlie simply said no YouTuber should ever do this. But what is it? Teach us. No YouTuber should ever steal the content of other YouTubers. Well, I suppose I should be getting to bed.
On YouTube, there's an unwritten rule that when violated, it ruins your image forever. It causes irreparable damage to your reputation, and there's really not much you can ever do.
I'll kick him in the high gear, though.
Races of the platform. That is abusing the copyright takedown system. It's basically a 10
I wasn't that far off.
That when broken is a cardinal sin that banishes you straight to the shadow realm in the eyes of everyone who uses YouTube. And unfortunately, a massive YouTuber today took a bite out of that forbidden fruit. His name is Brent Rivera. I actually recently talked about this goofball only 9 days ago. He was recently involved in some media.
Oh yeah! Yeah, he's like geared towards like young kids. And he goes to like haunted houses and shit.
Beef where he and another YouTuber named Tyler Oliveira were staying at the same haunted hotel that they were milking the tits out of for content. Now, I'm not one to usually believe in the paranormal, but after all of this going around here, I'm starting to think that Brent Rivera really did catch a curse from this hotel. He's now being haunted by a clout demon that's using his body like a fucking fleshlight, a little puppet that's forcing him to say the stupidest shit imaginable and has transformed him into an even bigger douchebag. But anyway, these two YouTubers stayed at the hotel. Tyler Oliveira started trolling Brent a little bit. He was clearly instigating, so he'd go up and like say, hey, do you fake your pranks? Nothing like super mean or aggressive or anything, just like, hey, you fake your pranks, don't you? And Brent would go on the defensive. He'd be like a cornered animal. He'd be like, oh, no, I don't fake my pranks. Do you fake your fucking pranks? And then throughout the night, the two would cross paths in what seemed to be accidental because it's not a huge area. And every time they did cross paths, Brent Rivera and his...
I don't, like, A, I don't like prank videos like that. And B, I don't think... Well, I don't think, for starters. Second of all, I don't feel that, like, really matters if they're fake or not, but you should acknowledge that they're probably fake. Like the fucking wrestling, you know, like wrestling, there's a level of fakeness. Not obviously, like there's a lot of effort that goes into it, but go into it being aware that it's all bullshit. Just go in going, okay, this is staged.
Would insult Tyler
to some degree or a lot of it.
Horrible look for him where he looks like a piece of shit because he
don't be shocked by it, you know.
While Tyler did start it per se, his was less egregious than everything Brent was doing, so Brent ended up looking significantly worse. It was very petty stuff. I covered it because I thought it was silly, but anyway, that's where it all started. That's why it's important here. So Brent Rivera was getting dunked on by his own community of 4-year-olds who somehow found Tyler's content, or I guess maybe a TikTok of someone dancing while explaining it, must have enlightened them and opened their third eye to the situation.
Yeah, the zoomer shots now.
Rivera got a lot of shit tossed at him. A lot of YouTubers started making content around him, and I guess at some point something must have snapped. The nice guy went bad, and Brent Rivera went rogue and started copyright striking and copyright claiming some people's content that was critical of him. And one of those YouTubers is a commentary channel named Dumpy. He's made a couple of videos clowning on the situation, and today posted this video titled "Brent Rivera wants to delete my channel."
Yeah, with the courage, the cowardly dog.
Over the last 12 or so hours, where Brent Rivera or someone that represents him on his team have been filing takedown requests on the content that's been laughing at him. And while those weren't taken down instantly, he did have one piece of content taken down, which was this video here, and it was taken down for harassment, violating the YouTube harassment policy. Now, I haven't seen that video, and I haven't found a re-upload of it, at least not
my channel's got the first of 3 strikes over the girly video that we did, where we were watching that Polish or Czechia animation, and we got a strike down for that, even though the video we watched it was on a different channel that was not the owner of the product. They were uploading it themselves, but they didn't get taken down. They, however, called us out for it. They've been taken down now, but it's still up and it's going to be permanently up. I can't get rid of it.
So I can't access it, but I'm
Number
inclined to
one.
believe that this is a load of dirty barnacles. Calling out shitty behavior isn't harassment. There's nothing wrong with calling out a misbehaving bad actor to the principal's office and disciplining him. As I understand it, Dumpy was just bending him over and taking his hand to his cheeks and spanking him, letting him know that what he's done is cringe, right? Like, that's not that big of a deal. But sometimes there's always going to be big egos and fragile, sensitive, thin-skinned people, like Brent Rivera seems to be, who find this content and get upset about it. And then that broken YouTube copyright system starts to look real appetizing, like a nice big glass of water while you've been starving in the desert, and they just can't help themselves. Just like Adam and Eve, they just need to take a bite out of that apple. So, either Brent or someone on his team decided to start filing copyright takedown requests, which can result in strikes. Luckily, in Dumpy's case, YouTube actually sided with Dumpy. They made him aware that someone was trying to take down the content, but they ruled in Dumpy's favor that they weren't going to be giving him any strikes for it or anything like that. So big W from YouTube on that, but big fucking L for Brent Rivera or whoever is representing Brent Rivera in this way, whether it's a fan or whether he's using one of those scummy, shady third-party companies that do these takedown requests on behalf of creators. A lot of those...
I've gotten ads for them before. Very early on, like even before, I think just after I hit 100, I started getting ads for like, I get maybe like 2 of them a year now, and they're very sort of, well, they're scummy. They're very sort of like, oh, you know, join our network and shit. And I've never heard of any of these people that they promote. And Twitch is full of it so much. Like, I can get your channel up to this many followers and blah blah blah.
Stinky companies exist, and it's their entire business model to just slap down all types of content unjustly in order to either bury it or make money off of it for the creator. It's a very
111.
So it might not have been Brent Rivera himself. It could have been one of those companies, or it could have been like fans that for some reason went to arms, you know, picked up a fucking sword and said, we're gonna take down Dumpy because he was mean to the guy that we like. I guess that's also somewhat possible because of how broken YouTube's system is, and they still haven't really bothered to fix it. But me personally, I'm inclined to believe that it is Brent Rivera himself in this case here. At least from what I've seen presented in Dumpy's video, it leads me to believe that it's likely Brent Rivera or someone very close to him. So let me walk you through how this thing usually goes. When a YouTuber makes the decision to go nuclear and start filing these kind of takedown requests, the whole community turns against them. People fucking hate that, for good reason. That's the lowest shit you could sink to. Just stop being a little bitch and accept that not everyone's going to like you. And when you do some dumb, embarrassing shit because your ego bubbles over and you embarrass yourself, people are gonna make fun of you for it. That's a circle of life, baby. That's nature. That's the way God made this world, and the cyberspace as well. You know, I bet even, you know, the Lord was on an alt account kind of laughing about what you did here because you looked real stupid during it. The point I'm making is you just move on from it. You don't do this. When you do copyright abuse shenanigans, it is always like sticking your head into a beehive. You are the only one who gets hurt, but you are just too focused on the potential sweetness in that hive, that honey. You got consumed by the idea that you could take down these videos that were being mean and people being mean to you. You could bury
All it does anyway is just put a giant beacon over you to be like, talk about it more, like Charlie's doing.
Is you make the problem much worse. You escalate it to a much higher degree. If I can turn your attention back to Exhibit A here, I'd like to explain why I think Brent Rivera himself or someone close to him filed this. It's because of these questions that were answered here. So I don't remember exactly if YouTube always supplies this, but I guess in Dumpy's case they did. So these were questions in regards to the takedowns, why he was filing him. He was claiming that Dumpy used his entire video and basically just re-uploaded it, which is a blatant lie. That's not the case. Dumpy used clips from the videos and talked about it and made fun of him for it. He wasn't just re-uploading raw videos, it was transformative. He was literally giving input every like fucking 15-20 seconds, just showing clips from.
It's what I do. Like what I've been doing, what I'm doing right now. What I got angry at Cobes when he was getting interviewed. And he's like, "Oh wow, they're just taking your stuff." No, baby, if they're not saying it, not doing it, not even being on screen, no. I'm uploading stuff. I'm transforming it. Whether it's a positive or a negative doesn't really matter. What matters, I'm not claiming. I'm clearly on this person's channel. Like I'm not taking their video. I'm not taking Charlie's video down and then uploading it to mine. People do that. A lot of channels used to do that, and that's why that was the justification for the really stupid law, the rules that don't work, and still do. Like you can find, for example, if you want to watch a lot of Seth MacFarlane stuff, Family Guy and American Dad and all that shit, you can find all that stuff. There's other stuff that's like abandonedware, like I found Beast Wars is currently up on here on YouTube. In fact, I'm probably going to watch some Beast Wars after this. Where else am I going to find fucking Beast Wars? Wait, is it Beast Wars? Shadow Raiders? What's the one Templin Institute's been talking about? Ah, whatever.
To talk about it afterwards. But these were the questions that were answered. How much of your copyrighted work...
Well, it's up there, and it's... I'm going to watch it. But if they were to start charging for that, that would make no sense. Definitely be taken down. Or if they claim that they made the show and need to be taken down. Like, you can watch all the Skeleton Warriors or the Battletech show.
Most of the video were my original videos from my YouTube channel. No other original content from the creator was shown. That is categorically false. There's a DEF CON, Red Alert, Liar Liar, Pants on Fire, Brent Rivera's career is looking dire situation. You can watch any of the videos and see that it is not just mainly his original video, it is Dumpy opining on it. Next question, how is the market for your original work affected by this use? It affects it negatively. That right there is the biggest tip-off for me that flips on the light bulb in my head that tells me Brent Rivera likely filed this, because no self-respecting third-party company that does this professionally on behalf of creators would ever answer that question like that. It's a very concise answer, but it also doesn't even answer the question. The question is, how is the market for your original work affected? And his response was, it affects it negatively. That's like how a child would answer it. I know Brent Rivera makes videos for children, but it seems like he also has the brain of one too. He's stuck in like 3rd grade.
Yeah.
You're supposed to explain your reasoning, so it affects it negatively, but how? Why? Like, what exactly?
Kind of like what was going on with Elisa earlier there, like... So, how is he threatening you? I'm just really freaked out right now. Okay, how is he threatening you?
Is doing to encroach on you and your original content? How is it stealing from you or ruining your content? And he just gives like fucking 5 words here. Moving on, does this use significantly transform your original work, or does it serve the same purpose? It serves the same purpose. It does not transform it at all. So you didn't watch it at all, is what that tells me. Because how the fuck could it serve the same purpose? It's the exact opposite purpose. The purpose of your original video is to entertain kids. The purpose of Dumpy's video was to take a shit on you. And that's it, like making fun of you for the entertainment. Unless you are saying that the content you make, you are also supposed to be the butt of the joke of. So that I don't...
Yeah. Alright. So, I think we're done for the evening. Because there wasn't really a game plan. I didn't expect that many people to show up. So I'm glad we, Oh yeah, that was a while ago now, correct. But I'm glad with the crowds that we got, so yay. Got to include that. Going through everything to see if there's anything else, but no, I think we're good. So I want to thank everyone who showed up, and anyone who shows up in the future. This was kind of just a bit meh video for the sake of it. Why not? If you are so inclined and want to help the channel out and all that other good stuff, please consider like, sharing, and subscribing if you are so said inclined. Do not forget that we have a Discord and Twitter down in the doobly-doo in the description, but also Twitch, where I spend the weekends gaming. That we have a show on Wednesday. You'll be expecting you guys will be getting a video on tomorrow, the Mickey Richards video. Then on Thursday is Bearded Ramblings. Red Eye will be joining us. And this Wednesday's theme is fashion. So be sure to post stuff related to fashion, faux pas, or what the fuckeries, or just interesting stuff. And I think that's about it. I am going to go and yeah, watch some of that Beast Planet. I think it's Beast Planet. I think it's Beast Planet. Oh, red, perfect timing. Is it? Shadow Raiders. That's what's the name of the show. Shadow Raiders. That's all up on YouTube, and I fucking loved that as a kid, and I've watched it a few years ago, so fuck it, I'll pop on an episode for the sake of it. Fun to listen to the voice actor who played Gabriel Angelos from Dawn of War talk.